everyone, and welcome back to Fate's End, a Dungeons & Dragons homebrew game driven by fate. I will be the Tale Weaver for you all this evening. Hope you had a great weekend. Let's get into our announcements. So, let's go ahead and shout out Tabletop Audio at tabletopaudio.com for the ambiance and music that we use from time to time. All of this audio is amazing and completely free to use in your own games, but please consider supporting Tim on Patreon so he can continue to make amazing sound sets. We currently support him and encourage you to do so as well. And we'll put a link to his website in chat. We also want to shout out Joint Chiropractic. With all the stress of fighting monsters, even adventurers need adjustments to keep that magic flowing. Visit one of the Joint Chiropractic I don't know what I'm doing with my hands here. Visit one of the 700 nationwide clinics where they aim to provide affordable and convenient chiropractic care to all communities. Answer the call to adventure and get your first examination, consultation, and adjustment for only $29. We also want to shout out Nine Realms Gaming. They create top-notch gaming accessories from the finest woods this realm has to offer. You can visit ninerealmsgaming.com and use our exclusive partner code LIAR10 to get 10% off. And of course, we want to shout out Mithril Armory. They create unique tabletop RPG items for everyone to enjoy in their adventures. You can grab their Tin 20. My cast is going to show that off. And D&D graphic tees on their website now at mithrilarmory.com. Oh, Finn's holding it. Finn's got it. Shout out to Sirenscape for the ambient sounds and music that we also use, and we use their online player on stream. Once again, our Kickstarter, Stargazer's Guide to Roria, is coming to Drive-Thru RPG, so be ready for that. Be ready for that. Other than that, we want to thank you beautiful, amazing people for all the subs we've been getting in chat before the stream has even started. Thank you so much. Shout out to Certifiable Nerd. Oh, your crappy day is about to get better. We're going to make sure it gets better with some drama, some fate, some end. And of course us. I don't know where I was going with that. But yes, prepare yourself, Certifiable Nerd. Other than that, looking at my announcements here, I think Praeria is going to be recapping us. So with that being said, time has come. Let's draw our cards for tonight's episode of Fate's End.
Mission report. We were able to take the Shade Witches home successfully. We made two forces, one to go inside and get any innocent creatures to safety before the second would attack from the outside. I knew there would be those the witch had imprisoned there, but to see them, to speak to them...
He looks...
I can barely tell. You seem very brave in the face of danger.
That's very kind of you, but, no. I'm not brave at all. But, especially when it comes to, being impaled on thorns and being carried up to a pit of piranhas, and while I used to be able to fly away, I certainly can't anymore.
You can handle introductions. She'll just take the flower and start attempting to heal the little pixie.
And with that, you kind of watch as the pollen just begins to flutter outwards, sticking to bits and pieces of the bone, and it just begins to shimmer and glow. And like the embers on the tips of a candle wick, it begins to grow and form, and he's just he is freaking out, eyes wide, kind of he's not screaming, he's just breathing really quickly, and he just begins to kind of squirm a little bit, and the wings begin to form, puts his head to the floor with his hands, and just cries into the floorboards before you, weeping, and just, thank you.
With their help, we were able to gather everyone together quickly and safely dispatch of the witches' guards. Mostly by luring them into an acid hole and then overwhelming them with might. Our new knight, Miriel the Brave, can tell you more. I imagine you'll meet her soon.
Before you get out, you guys look up and you just see Muriel's head just kind of poking over the side, oh, hi, I didn't hear any screams anymore, and I thought you guys won. It looks like you're... Hi.
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 We
I
were
still
bonding.
have my acid. I don't...
Hey, look, don't hold it over here! Don't hold it over the hole!
Once we had everyone, we made our way to the library. The witch had placed a spell on them that would need to be broken before they could flee. Of course, they had questions. Luckily, Akron had answers. He's very good at that. The people will adore him.
He's just like, Shazu? Yeah. And he just kind of looks up at you and he's like, you were talking about, really talking this queen up. You seem to like her a lot. And I mean, she's saving her. What makes you follow? What makes you follow her?
Oh, well, that's just the thing. I wasn't talking her up at all. She's really the genuine article, my friend. Why do I follow her? Well, besides the fact that she's the rightful queen, when I met her, you know, she insisted on just being Praeria. And if you ask me, people who don't covet power and seek it like that, I think those are the people whose hands are the safest with power.
Wow. Walks over to you and he just kind of like holds out his hand for yours.
Yes. She'll lean down and give him her hand.
And he just kind of claps his hand on top of yours and just kind of kneels and kind of touches his forehead to your hand and he goes, "It is an honor to serve you. You have good friends. Thank you for everything."
Meanwhile, our outside forces, led by war leader Samson Martis, were securing our way out. Efficient and effective, as always.
In 100-foot radius. And all of the natural plants in that area are going to get 4 times their size and make this huge thicket of like grass and vines and all kinds of stuff. It's the way the spell reads, it's double severe terrain, where it grows up. It takes 4 feet of movement to go 1 foot. And I'm going to cast both those spells and combine them together, point the fire elemental through it, and hopefully it encases all the guards who are running and starting to move that way. So they're caught up in this thicket. And the fire elemental, I would like to command it to just ride through the thicket, make a circle, light the whole thing on fire, so the plants themselves burn and everything inside of it.
Inside, we managed to escape through underground tunnels with only slight mishaps.
And you're moving your way out. You don't run into any issues. Muriel had planned this for many years, and she leads you out. There are some stepstones that lead up to kind of like a hidden kind of like wine cellar door that's locked from the outside. And she goes, "Now I get to use the wand. Okay. All right. Woo! She's gonna use it."
Heavy rain.
Yes, this is weird.
I cannot wait.
Heavy rain begins to fall around where the door.
After everyone was out, Ludin led efforts to recover anything of use inside the home. He can tell you what we found.
Mirror, I found the description from Hush. It's medium-sized, oval-shaped, about 2 feet tall, and about maybe 1 feet, maybe 1.5 foot wide. The glass itself is dark as the void, seemingly absorbing any light near it. The metal frame is a twisting black metal, and the design is unsettling, as if any moment the metal might begin to move and claw itself out at anyone who dare gaze upon it. At the crest of the mirror, the strips of black filigree form a very familiar symbol, a large tarantula hawk wasp. And beneath the mirror, on a shelf, you see a very long red candle with runes carved into it.
So that's what I saw on this mirror, right? So
The tree the home was made of could not be saved. The damage was too great, and the decision was made to
a plant called Flora fiare. I don't know if you're familiar. In common tongue, it is a fire flower. It is starts as a seed under the ground that does not crack open until the temperature of the soil reaches these great extremes under wildfire or less than wildfire. It is what they call a pioneer plant. It is the thing that grows back once destruction comes. After the fire, a fire flower will come and round it with the minerals that it gives to the soil. Then will come the berries and the grasses and the shrubs, and the trees again will grow where fire was. And I told Urmir then that all of you remind me very much of that flower. And I know that under not just the queen, but her knights and her advisors and her people, this place will grow again.
Or you'll just like take Esperisa's hand and give it a little squeeze.
Those were beautiful words, Risa. Thank you. We burned it down.
The fire starts out slow. Small little embers that lick the bottom of this massive, just gargantuan tree.
But the flames were not the only thing that grew.
A subtle crackle.
Because we are not something like her that will leave only ruin in its wake.
You smell the rot and the moss beginning to burn away. Begins to move up the massive roots. Until it is a blaze. A column of smoke encompassing the entirety of the tree. The heat piercing your faces, and you feel the warmth. This place so cold, now ablaze with such warmth. The warmth of your friends' words, friendships that have been made that took some time, took some growth, some growing amongst yourselves as your stories have progressed. This symbol, Praeria, that this was once your home, and everything that is your family, and everything that is your heritage, that was stripped from you, you've now taken steps to take from Elrixis. And so, her home burns this day. Until nothing but ashes remain.
But, I think once the fire dies down, Farai will take the flower and she will whisper to it what she wishes. And as she presses the flower in her hands to the ground, a small field of flowers blooms. They're small, and they're blue, and they glow in the night.
The flowers of home. The flowers that were hanging on by a thread on the rooftops in the ruins of Rithanawe. By chance, you saw that life hanging from the ceiling. As if fate had brought you there at just the right time. When only days, perhaps, this flower, this very unique plant had left to live. As if it was holding on, 'cause it knew you were coming. So you saved it. You brought it into the Vardo. You nurtured it back to health. You brought it home. And it begins to flourish and grow at your touch, climbing up the sides of the nearby trees, that the ash, the black, wrapping itself around, up the trees, up into the canopies of the dark, black, skeletal remains of the nearby branches and canopies. And as they bloom, blossoms of pollen just begin to trickle down. Some of the blossoms begin to fall down like rose petals and cherry blossoms. And you watch as this glitter of light begins to just fall like rain, filling this entire space with this beautiful blue light. And it just cascades down as it hits the ground, and more just begin to bloom in its place.
We will make something beautiful out of what was done here.
You brought it home.
This fire was the first of many.
I think for a moment she'll just sit there in the middle of this field with her friends. And just let them all feel good about what we're doing for a minute.
Happy New Year!
And we are back.
One day we're gonna learn that Lauren just delays 5 seconds every time.
No, I don't. They hear Happy New Year every single time we come in, guys.
It's our one
buddy.
joke.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
In case you missed it.
Just because of Dylan.
Is that a Dylan thing?
Yeah, he wouldn't count us down. And then when he started counting
Oh
us
yeah,
down.
that's right. You're right.
He's a great dude.
Shout out to Dylan.
Shout out to Dylan in chat.
That's out to Dylan.
So, jumping back in, you all begin the very long trek, returning back to Samson's estate. Now, if I remember correctly, this walk initially to Elrix's estate was actually roughly like 5 hours.
It was a fly, but yes, because I couldn't take a long rest. And I was sad about it.
So you'll arrive back at Samson's estate about 11 p.m.
Isn't it always sunny in the Feywilds anyways?
It is.
It is, but it's like Alaska. Like it gets darker, but it's not like completely night. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
At least in this court.
It's
In
like
this
Seattle,
court.
where the sun
Always
doesn't go down.
Yeah.
You all return very weary from setting Elric's estate on fire, chatting with Miro, who just refuses to be quiet and just constantly chatting with everyone and anyone, like asking if they need anything, as she is, of course, the new knight, and it is her responsibility to be ever vigilant. 11 o'clock rolls around and you all are exhausted, but you finally make it back to Samson's estate. As well as all the people that you rescued from the estate.
During this walk, would it have been possible for us to kind of plan what we were doing next?
Sure, you can have a conversation on your way back.
Yeah, so looting straight would have been like, yo, what now? Are we going to Elrix's or are we what's Queen? What we doing?
As much as I don't want to, we should probably address Helianthos.
Okay.
And if we do that, it'll give everyone time to spread the word on what we did.
That's true.
We don't have any chance of it. We could go to the barracks right away, but we don't think that.
We could, but it would mean losing more lives than necessary.
Prepare for whatever Elrixis is gonna do when she finds out what we did to her house.
She'll probably cry. Maybe.
You think she can?
Can't poop, but maybe they can cry.
Akron and Samson, you got much closer than the rest of us. Does it seem that she has any moisture at all in her face? Or is it just...
I remember there being a lot of moisture in the room.
Yo, I kind of agree. It looked like Oliver was moist all the time.
Yeah, she
was kind of crying from everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's so sweaty.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
like clammy, you know.
Yeah, it's a very, very humid girl.
Okay.
Gross.
But
Miriel, don't listen to anything that you just heard.
What?
I think
Nothing, Miro.
You're perfect.
Stay vigilant.
Somebody's sweaty? My wand might be able to help make them dry.
No.
Mm.
No.
Viral,
no.
only point that wand at your enemies, okay? Don't point it at any friends.
I'm your friend, Miro.
We're all your friend. Hey, rule number
Yo.
one of being the knight: no distractions. Okay, what are you supposed to be doing right now?
I'm supposed to be watching all of the people that we rescued and making sure that they don't need anything, because if they need anything, I should assist.
All right, so make sure they don't need anything. Okay.
Okay, I will do so. She just like scampers off.
She points her wand to somebody and she's saluting
She
with it.
salutes her wand, like holding her wand, and it's like directly pointed at like Thin Line.
Work on it.
Yeah, we'll just.
We'll work on it.
but the queen is right. It will be extreme. If we go straight to the barracks now, it'll be extremely dangerous. So we should find out what's going on with Helianthus first, and maybe see if we can get his people back, or pay him off somehow, or I don't know. Maybe we can at least confirm that he hasn't gone over to her side.
Right, so it's more like a fact-finding. We are going to see what his deal is. And then, what are we trying to convince him? Do we have...
Oh, I guess we kind of have to, right?
Would it be advantageous?
Should we, and he points to Akron, doesn't really like us. More so me, but like us as a rule.
To be fair, I'm not sure if he knows that I'm completely a human.
Homie looked at you kind of straight up like you were a human in that
He
room.
he kind of looks at everyone like that, though. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's just kind of his
Kind of
deal.
his thing, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Well,
we can. I mean,
more so than.
listen, if he's gonna listen to anyone, it's gonna be Praeria. Like, to the rest of us, we might as well be one of those lash tongues.
Yeah.
Like,
But I'm
are you
sure-
gonna tell him you're his daughter?
I don't know how advantageous. It depends. So, if we can very neatly line out our goals here, do we want his army or do we want him?
Oh, the army.
He can die for all I care.
I don't think we can trust Helianthus if he's at the head of his army. I would rather, if he's still in charge of his army, I'd rather him not be there.
How do
you could trust Helianthus to do what's best for Helianthus.
But how do you feel about it, Reese? I mean, he is kind of your father.
You watch Esperise look at you and then she's going to take that thought and she's going to put that over there because she can't think about that right now. We might have ways if the goal is to convince the army to go with us, if we can appeal to them, right? Because currently what Helianthus is doing is that he's putting his entire military at great risk by putting his ego above this military campaign, right? We've seen what Elrixis wants to do. So if we can get an opportunity to speak to his ranks, I mean, I believe that the facts are on our side, yeah?
Oh, maybe the Queen, Prearia, could send like some kind of notification that she's coming, and for him to get prepared.
Yeah, I'll text him.
Maybe we just show up.
I'm with Luden. We should just show up.
I don't want to, regardless if he's doing what's best for him, we show up and Elrixis shows up. What? We're not there with the whole army because, Elianthus does what's best for Elianthus, and he's been living, kind of happy as of right now, apparently.
I do think it would be wise just take the Finn route here and just do it and don't ask, and then ask for forgiveness later. Just go.
Wait. You are willingly endorsing a Finn plan?
I think so, yes. Just go, don't ask, and hope that he's obligated by hospitality to accept us.
We do.
Well, now we have to.
Prearia and I arrive on his doorstep and we say, we're here for a conciliatory dinner. We're so sorry for how things went down. We've had great successes. We want your advice. We admire you so much. And then as we're battering him up, we just keep inviting people into his house until there's way more people in his house than he was anticipating.
In a way, it's your house, so maybe you could just invite them.
Yeah. I will say I am down for whatever you guys have for us to do. I just feel like it would be best if I am not either seen in this form or, I'm fine with just not being seen. I'm pretty good at that, and I can, whatever happens, respond accordingly. If that makes sense.
Maybe you and I could appeal to the army itself.
We're humans again, man. This is some weird shiznit, but we can go for it. I mean, you know how to talk, and I know how to keep us quiet.
I mean, yeah, we're humans, but not all Fae share Helianthus's views.
I'm gonna go over to Luden, and I'm gonna kind of like grab him by the shoulders, and pat him down a little bit, go down, grab him by the waist real quick. Be like, we could probably dress you up in some of Thalen's clothes. I think you'll fit. Maybe that would help you look a little bit less human.
Sure. Yeah. All right. I will be that. And
this is a Fae. Does he have any sort of special eyes or anything like his daughter?
Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think he does. Not that I know of. I've never known him to.
Does he have what?
Special eyes.
Oh.
Most of us don't. None. He's got basic eyes.
These aren't genetic.
Right. No. Yeah. Well, Akron wouldn't know that anyway. So. Oh, okay.
As Samson mentions, get Thalen's clothes, you hear in the back of your head,
"Can we match? I think we should match. Can I help pick them out? Can I please?"
Yeah. 100%. And then he does the same thing with the fist bump. All right, we're in. We're gonna wear Thalen's clothes.
We're all wearing Fallon's clothes?
No, you're fine, right? He didn't look at you weird.
I could change my clothes to look like Fallon's clothes, if that helps.
Are we all going as Fallon? Like we did when we all went as me into that place?
Samson's like, please don't.
No.
But yeah, that's fine. Do you have any like smaller? And he'll look, be like, I'll handle it. Now we're good. Thank you.
Yeah. Akron will lean over to Samson and be like, "Are we just gonna keep ignoring that, or
ignoring what, Akron?"
I had a friend who was kind of like that, and I think we should. This is a sidebar, okay?
Yeah, we're over here. Right?
Perception, y'all.
and
it is completely focused on your daughter right now. So we're gonna have this.
I got 2 ears,
and we are whispering, okay?
Ludin's getting a makeover.
All of this is happening audibly. Like the characters are actually saying, "We're having a sidebar. You can't hear us."
Can you wear a big hat?
Fallon will wear big hats.
I don't think
kind of beanie that covers your rounder.
I got the hood. Okay. Still, like I'm gonna wear all that plus the elven cloak, or we're gonna wear all that plus the elven cloak, and
I'll make you smell like something good too.
No, guys. we don't need to worry about all of those things. Okay, we got this. We're a team. We got this. I will disappear.
We as in like
all of us. We got it.
The six of us, right?
The 7 of us.
8
of us. I mean, there's a whole army.
Is with us always. Why don't we keep on walking ahead?
Did we get a new person?
Look, I don't know about you guys, but I'm very tired.
Okay.
I'm getting ready.
I think we should all sleep.
Yeah, I do think that we should probably go to bed. It is getting late.
All 6 of us.
Everybody.
Right, well, we're almost home. Akron, are you an early riser?
An early riser? I can be.
I usually
you can be.
4:30 or so. Would I be able to come chat?
4:30. Yeah, if you knock, I'll answer.
That's less than a long rest.
Okay, well, whatever 8 hours on the dot is from this moment. Yeah.
You don't have to sleep the whole time during long rest.
7:30.
You just have to be quiet.
You just set my alarm real quick. Exactly 8 hours from now. You know.
Is that the requirement of a long rest? You just have to be quiet.
Yeah, you can sleep. You can like read a book. You can journal.
You can lie there and
light activity.
You cannot relax loudly.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a long relax, just a long chill.
Yeah, you could probably sit in a tavern and drink as part of your long rest, but
long chill. You do not gain the benefits of a long chill, and you take 1 level of exhaustion.
You were too loud.
All right, Ludin will adieu to everyone. I'll meet you in the morning to play dress up, and
I'm gonna. I could show you now. Is that okay?
Yeah, I will meet you now to play dress up. Let's go.
I'm gonna lead Ludin to a set of corridors that are absolutely locked and dusted more than anywhere else. It's one of the only places no one's been, and I'll pull out a key. I'll open it up and let Ludin into Thalen's quarters, and I'll just say, I think the closet's on the left. Just get whatever you need, whatever looks good to you. You think?
Oh, okay, sure. And Ludin will walk in, and he will pull Cynthia off his shoulder and just walk around and wait for her to point to whatever she likes, and just keep going back and forth. And whenever she finds something, like he might have a scarf or something like that, he'll add and he'll try and find something that's somewhat matching with whatever he has on. Obviously, it's not doll sized or anything like that. But once he has like a general color palette and stuff like that, then he will take that garment and he'll just cut a tiny bit on both sides of the arms to make it seem like the same. And then for the rest of the night, Ludin is going to be in there trying his darndest to make somewhat of clothes for her that matches his own.
I want to interject something here. Can I do that?
Go for it.
Okay, so while you're looking around and you're going through all of Fallon's stuff, trying to find clothes for Cynthia, I'm gonna say that you go over to like a chest of drawers and you pull out the third one down, and inside there's this like large kind of box folded up on itself, and you pull it out and open it up, and inside it's like the pieces of a chessboard, and on the inside there are figures that are wearing like soldiers' uniforms, like for Fey soldiers on both sides that kind of match some of the clothes that are in Fallon's closet. And so you open it up, and inside there are the pawns and kings and queens and rooks, all wearing Fey get up that you could pull off of them.
Oh, 100%. He's like, do you want this one? It looks like this one. He's going back and forth with Cynthia, and they're just talking back and forth. So whenever she decides on what she wants, that's what we're wearing. Uh-oh, you're muted. Or
at some point you would see like Cynthia's arm just kind of like jut up, and like one of her rollback eyes closes and the other one stays open, and she does point.
Oh, perfect. He takes it. Genius. Like this is cool. Yes, yeah, he'll take that. He'll take both of them, and then he'll look in there. Do those soldiers have eyes? Those little dolls or whatever?
They're wooden. So like they have eyes, but they're wooden, made into it.
He'll take the clothes and go back into his room. But before he goes back to his room, he will try and go find Praeria and be like, hey, in the morning, we need to meet up and figure out this. And he'll gesture to the bag of holding. These magical items and stuff, we need to know what they do because they might help us. I'll see you in the morning, though. And then he'll run back to his room. And he'll begin the process of dressing Cynthia and dressing himself, and they'll compare in the room. He'll do like a little fashion show. He'll let her do it one and like walk out and strut, and he'll do the same thing. He'll be like, and that's Luden for the rest of the night, y'all. He's just talking with his doll. He's good.
I'm glad he's happy.
I'm not.
Yeah, fully. Luden showed up outside of your bedroom door with a armful of doll parts and doll clothes and went, you gotta check the magical items, and then sprinted down the hallway.
I was just like shoving her younger siblings behind her, like, don't look at him. Don't look him in the eyes.
At some point while that's taking place with Luden and Samson, while the rest of you guys are kind of getting situated, getting everyone kind of, roomed up, and
as Therese and Finn are back out on the lawn so that Finn doesn't barf.
Yep. Finn is just on his back like, oh, why couldn't Samson be like a member of the spring court? Is there a spring court? It's so hot. Why is it so hot?
Is it spring court? I might be cooler.
Yeah, it is. Spring weather's like perfect. I feel like everywhere we've been, it's either been too hot or too cold. Ugh.
They're just sitting out in their little tent on the lawn. Esprit is just like combing his hair back while he lies back and complains.
And unless you guys want to do anything else, you may take your long rest. Samson, roll a d6.
I don't wanna. Is that okay?
No.
Okay. A 2.
You gain the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah. Shout out to me and this horrible curse I can't shake.
You all awake bright and early.
Therese wants to talk to Akron, but if there's other people who want to chat.
I feel like y'all's conversation would be the earliest, considering it's on the dot,
I have 2 conversations I want to do. So maybe can I talk to Prey first and then do that and then come back? It's like bam, bam, bam.
Absolutely. Esprit wakes up early and is putting her makeup on, and she kind of dips open the door and she sees Samson looking startlingly refreshed passing down the hallway while she's putting her makeup on. Where are you off to?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Praeria wherever she's having breakfast or whatever it is that Praeria is doing early in the morning.
She'll be having breakfast with her fam.
Cool. So I'm gonna walk and be like, hey, can I sit?
Of course. Everyone, Samson, everyone. This is Ilyun, Dasha, Ritik, Nishai, Lishaya, Arawi, Kashian, Gwen, of course, you know, and my Merhed and my Farad.
Nice to meet you all. I'm so thankful that this is finally happening. Can I get a list or something? Like some flashcards or...
I'll write it down.
Okay. It's good to see you. What are we having? It's fine. I don't...
Little porridge bread, whatever's easiest for them to eat after everything.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? Are they enjoying the estate? Is recovering from their, how's everybody feeling?
Well, much better. It's an adjustment, but everyone is they're doing well.
Good. It's good to hear. How are you doing? Like now that everybody's back, we've burnt a house down.
I'm well too. And how are you being home?
Honestly?
Of course.
Not really enjoying it as much as I thought I would. If I can be honest.
This is a very big place to be all alone.
Yeah. Now that there's people in it everywhere, I just looking at it and I don't know, it makes me think about what it was like before, and I don't know, it just it doesn't feel right with everyone here, and it doesn't feel right back then either. But both things were wrong. Somehow.
When was the last time you felt right?
Do you remember when we did the mud baths back in Digbrand?
Yeah, I do.
That kind of felt right. I would say then. But yeah, I don't know. And it's not even just this place. It's not even just home here. It's the whole wild. Like it doesn't. I don't know. I feel awful about it somehow. So I don't know. Maybe I've just been away too long.
Well, let me know if your feelings change.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem right that we should fight so hard to come home and then it doesn't feel like it.
I feel like someone who's over-engorged. Like I ate too much, Like I got back and I was so happy to be here and so happy to look at everything that I just drank and ate it all up, and now I'm sick in a different way. Like I was homesick before, and now I'm just I don't know, maybe it's all the Helianthus stuff and hundreds of Fae being in my home and Elrixis and all that. Yeah. You forget how... I'll say this. What happened with the Helianthus wouldn't have happened back in Arroya. Like, no general, no soldier's gonna give up his charge, his duty, his loyalty for pride. So maybe just...
Sounds like someone has become fond of the material plane.
It's not a bad place. There are good things about it. You can... At least over there are some people you can believe every now and then. And over here, you can't believe anyone ever. Which is a different kind of trust, right? You can always trust you can always believe a lie is gonna lie, right? So you just don't believe anything they say.
That seems terrible.
I know. We'll see. Maybe it'll feel
Speaking
good. Go ahead.
Oh, saying, speaking of terrible, we have to... I don't know how to do this. If I make an enemy, they stay an enemy. Do you think Riza can be nice enough for all of us to Helianthus when we go talk?
I think there is no limit to the capacity Riza has for niceness, or at least fake niceness. So yes, I think she'll be just fine.
Good, good. I fear I would make things worse.
I know I would, because I just like I'm a soldier, or used to be. I can't be a part of what Helianthus is doing now. But,
sorry. Yes?
No, go ahead.
Oh, it's just matters for later. If who was coming, we can sort it out. Not over breakfast.
Well, hey,
you want to talk about something?
Yeah, I got something for you. And he's gonna kind of like look past you for a second to see your mother, and like he's gonna very quietly and quickly reach into like one of his cargo short pockets, I don't know, and pull out a rusted key. It's a rusted key that matches the door to Samson's house, and he's gonna give it to you. And he said, I want to give this to you, so you can give it to your mom if you want. Because I don't know what's going to happen when we go to the barracks, and I don't know what they're all going to want to do after all this is settled, but the estate here doesn't need to be empty. And even if I'm here as well, I'd like for your family to have a place that they call their own, even if they don't want Elric's place. If they don't want to go back to a home that used to be theirs, and they want something that can be all theirs on their own. I want them to at least feel like this place is, well, I want your mother to feel like this place is hers. Because like the palace and everything that's going to be yours, like you're the queen, and I have to imagine.
Thank you.
I just imagine your mom's not used to having someone else's roof over her head, so she can have this one if she wants it.
Prairie just kind of like leans forward and like bumps her forehead to his forehead.
Nuzzle. Yeah. So you do what you want with it, but it's for you, for her, to you, for her, if you want. There's only 2 of those in the world, so don't lose it.
That I can do.
Okay. I will leave you to it. I'm never hungry, so I'll be back.
Thought Samson didn't eat on the material plane because it didn't taste as good as a Feywild. He doesn't eat here either?
They never eat. They never poop. Cannot eat.
It's a recreational activity.
It's a recreational activity.
He doesn't believe in recreation anymore.
He doesn't believe in recreational pooping.
He slept with someone who was him in a slightly different face, and that's the last recreation he ever had.
Okay, we're gonna get you that mud bath feeling back, fam.
Mud bath feeling. I want to coin that. I want that mud bath feeling.
So, Lauren, do you have something before
I was just gonna throw it over to whoever's next.
Do I hear a knocking at my door?
Yeah, Esperise wakes up decently before dawn. She gets her long rest in where she's just kind of big spooning Finn as he continues to complain his way to sleep. She gets up, she rises easier than he does, like pulls the blanket up over him a little bit tighter. It's a light blanket so he doesn't overheat, tucks his hair behind his ears, puts her full face of makeup on, perfumes herself, prestidigitates herself so clean. She spends a little extra time. She has a little moment in that she goes to one of the bathrooms inside the building and spends a little bit too long adjusting herself in the mirror, getting herself totally prepared. And then she's just gonna go knock, knock, knock on Ashwin's door.
Colonel, he doesn't open it immediately. Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He'll get up. You'll hear him footsteps move around a little bit. He'll go up to the door and open it up.
Hi, good morning, Akren. Thank you.
Oh, come on in.
Oh, thank
Turn
you.
around. He'll look around and sit on the floor. Say, the bed's really soft.
She will sit on the floor also, crisscross applesauce in her little sandals and her dress. How was your sleep?
Oh, it was good at first. I tried sleeping on the bed, but like I said, felt like it was gonna suffocate me. So slept on the floor. It was nice.
Samson tells me it's the finest of Fey cottons. Very expensive, very antique.
Well, maybe it's just too rich for my taste.
Sometimes things that are expensive are worse. I wanted to talk to you, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, you're doing a good job so far.
Thank you. I wanted to talk to you about my brother, Avriel. I think you and I have found ourselves in a very interesting situation. He is my brother, and I have surprised myself, I think, by caring for him as much as I do, but you have been his friend longer than I knew he existed. And I wanted to ask you how you are doing.
How I'm doing?
He has been, taken and I don't know.
I'm okay. I mean, this isn't the first time that Ariel's father has done something like this. It's par for the, it's what he does.
This, like, I don't know, magical kidnapping is just a regular occurrence for the two of you.
You notice that this bringing this stuff up kind of makes Akron uncomfortable a little bit. He starts avoiding your gaze as if he's looking for the right words to say around the room. And at one point he gets up and he kind of starts pacing. And he says, Avriel's, or your father has expectations. He expects Avriel to follow in his footsteps, to be a great military mind just like him. He's cold, ruthless, and efficient. And, I mean, if it hasn't already been obvious, he sees people the way that people see objects, how useful. He judges people by how useful we can be to him. But Avriel never wanted to do any of that, though. He's kind and sweet, and he appreciates nature, and he has wonderful taste and a good fashion sense, and your father, he actively tried to remove those traits from Avriel, physically, mentally. He would try to twist and mold him into the protege that he always wanted, you know? But your brother, you know, he's strong. It's one of his most endearing qualities. And the harder that he pushed, you know, the more Avrio rebelled. And instead of emulating, you know, he chose to be the salve to your father's cutting words, you know? And rumor has it that he had himself banished to the orchard on purpose, just to get away from him.
Was he well liked as a child? Was he popular among the people of my father's estate, domain? I don't, land.
Those that would listen. Like I said, your father, he demands respect, and the people who he controls, you know, his army, his ranks, they are loyal. I mean, he said pick up and go, and they left, didn't they? But for the people who, he's not that, I won't say he's disliked, but he's not really well respected in the ranks, I guess. But around here, and you know, in the aftermath of whoever is unfortunate enough to be on the wrong end of one of your father's tongue lashings, you know, he's very well liked in those circles.
Say how much I don't want to take the form of an apology, but I wish that you didn't have to watch this happen to your friend, and I want to assure you that we are going to do all we can to make sure that he is all right, and I'm very glad that you were here with him.
Thank you. Yeah, he means a lot to me. And once you get to know him, he's gonna mean a lot to you too.
Something else that I wanted to talk to you about. Don't know if I even need to say it. If your insight is above like an 8.
My insight is impeccable. I already knew what you were gonna say.
Yeah, she's very uncomfortable and awkward in this situation. She's generally uncomfortable being emotionally honest in any way. This time that we have known each other since coming to the Grove and then to the Feywild has been difficult. I have spent very much of my life being angry at the man who impregnated my mother, and angry at myself for being any part of him. But through my time here, seeing the Feywild, experiencing what it is, and thinking for the first time, I have realized, I thought that the anger that I had was for my mother, but it was for me. And my mother would never have wanted me to be angry. And my mother would never have wanted me to become the woman that I have become. And it's all right. Because I've realized something else. I have found the kind of people that she would have wanted me to become. I have found that even though she is gone, the kindness and the patience and the peace that she held inside of her You are exactly the kind of person that my mother would have been proud to know, and I appreciate you very much for reminding me that even if she is not here, people like you still are.
He'll sit down next to her and kind of put his arm around her and give her a hug. Say, thank you for that. I just, why don't you think that you're the type of person that your mother would want you to be? Is it because you want your dad, or?
Maybe. I think she would want me to be at peace. She liked to, sit out in the flowers and watch the bees and write poetry, and I want to. There is something angry in me that I cannot quite... But I'm going to use it, to make sure that people like you can still exist.
He'll lean back. He'll kind of, put his head at his head. He'll look at you. He'll say, "You sure you're all Fae?"
I am half elf, half Fae. What did you think the other part was?
Well, no, just what you said just now. Weird. When I went with Luden to burn his house down, he said something scarily similar about the anger and the pain and having to carry that around. I don't really have that problem. Well, I didn't until I met you guys, and
we're very good at making people angry.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think there's something beautiful about that, and the fact that you and Luden and I can all share that means that, I think you can include yourself in that number of people that your mother would have wanted you to be around or be like. I mean, now that I've actually gotten to know you.
I mean, I was kind of a bitch.
Yeah, you were. No, but I mean, if Philianthus was my father, I'd probably be a little bit more of an asshole. So I get it. I mean, you come by it honestly. I'll say it like that.
Thanks. I'm very glad that you are here. I think, if I overheard things correctly, I believe that Finelai and Luden might be training out today in the courtyard. If you would like to join us.
I'll watch.
I'm also going to watch. I don't do so much of with the swords.
Yeah, me neither. Like, he'll get up and offer you a hand as we would get it. I punched things, and he gave me a bow the last time we were, when we were and I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Sometimes. And I'll take Akron by the hand, and we will chat and laugh our way out to the court where others are.
Any other conversations?
Akron, where's your bow? Kind of stuff. If everybody comes outside, Luden
will pull out all of the magic items. By the way, you guys would notice that he and Cynthia are dressed the same.
Yes, Danielle Lenoir would like a full description of your matching outfits, please.
Yes. Is it like a little sailor outfit? Because that's what I was.
What kind of clothes did your husband have?
Imagine all the clothes you would wear as a Sparrowhawk, but with about 30% more flair. Like as Faye.
Ruffles?
Definitely ruffles, definitely
Ruffled
gilded. Yeah. Just a little bit more pizzazz.
Very Interview with a Vampire.
Than what the human people would have. Just a little bit more Faye.
I got you. So I played D'Artagnan in the Three Musketeers way back when. He looks like one of the Musketeers. The clothes, he usually is about all that black, because blending in and shit like that. But he doesn't look like it. He doesn't have on black right now. He has on like this deep blue long jacket, and on the end of it, it has the little frills and white things on it, and then he also has the little frill, like a little ascot kind of thing as well. The jacket, he also has like a little undershirt on, and all that is put together with so it has like some gold buttons going down like all the way down the jacket, and the belt that he has on is black, but it's like one of the huge belts that you put on and has a huge buckle on it. And it's the same kind of pants-ish. They kind of match all the way down. And they also have frills at the very bottom of them, too. The boots that he wears they're black, and it's a specific face style. It has kind of a point at the end, but you can also it's multifunctional. It's like for style, but you could also, if you kick somebody, you could also like kind of puncture them if you kick them hard enough. The boot also has laces going all the way up that are just gold, all the way up.
Are Ludin and Finn training in their full outfits that they're planning to wear to Helianthus' house?
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
Finn's wearing shorts and a linen shirt because he's hot.
Yeah, Ludin.
Too hot.
Every time Finn dresses up, he wears fancy shorts. To describe.
Nah, Ludin is in full outfit, and he feels good. He's always in hot crap anyway. So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really affect it. But he's moving, even trying to match the identity of the wearer. So instead of when you fight with broadswords or short swords and stuff like that, it's more about the power and angle and going in that way. It's more like he's fighting with a rapier, where it's about kind of the flair and kind of embarrassing your opponent as well as you fight with it with a short sword. So it kind of looks a little off-putting, but Ludin makes it work like he does because he's trained. He's trained. But we look good. Me and Cynthia look good. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. We don't.
Where is Cynthia, by the way?
Whole time, y'all, always on the shoulder.
Can I try and knock her off with my sling?
Yeah, you can try.
Sure.
I can certainly try.
She'll just have the same AC as Ludin. Or DC, or yeah.
Literally moves out of the
How
way.
many hit points does Cynthia have?
She shares my hit points.
50 is one of the 7, yo.
Finn will take a rock and just try and aim and hit her. Let's see.
Oh my god! Now I'm imagining Finn has one of those pullback slings.
He does. That's the kind of
I
sling
always
he
imagine
has.
sling.
No, it is like that.
Like slingshot.
Like a child. All right.
Hit my girl.
Ugh, 24.
You absolutely knock Cynthia off my shoulder.
Yeah, I did it.
She flies back.
See, I told you they wanted to hurt me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ludin changes from the kind of frilly thing to he puts away the short sword and pulls out the longbow.
Wait.
He stays quiet as he starts pulling out an arrow and he says, "Run!" And he just starts shooting at Finn's feet as he runs away.
It's gonna start running where all the trees are.
He said, "I got sharpshooter. I see you."
He's It was just a joke.
There's a big crack in a hole, like we'll say that like there's a hole in the side of her face, and some of the ceramic has just kind of like, so you'll have to glue it back together, but it's in chunks that it's in chunks that you could glue back together. But she's just like,
Oh, my beautiful face.
He will.
Are
he
you
will
going
pick her
to
up,
fix me?
and he will start looking for the
help her?
forever poo glue. And he'll start wandering through the cow patties to try and find some glue.
Wait, Luden, did I break it?
You've done enough. And whenever he has fixed Cynthia up, then he will give everybody the magic items that we can look at while he does surgery on his wow, Finn.
we'll say
It's just a joke. I mean, I did it to Polyanthus's face too.
This is not what
Modern
friends
day
do.
version of Finn has a YouTube channel that all the videos end with, "It was just a prank, bro. It's just a prank."
It's just jackass, like Johnny Knoxville the whole time.
Isn't he Logan Paul? He's getting
Well-
kicked out of everywhere.
Inappropriate videos with national monuments. Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
we'll say for the sake of comic relief, even though it would have been dried by now, we'll say that you're able to
I'll spit on
find.
it and it
We'll
was
say
more.
that you're able to find some sovereign poop.
Yeah, and I slowly, put her back together as he just threw all the magic. He doesn't care about those. They're jewels, whatever. He has important things to do right now. And
You,
let him identify them.
You fix her face, and like Finn, you're just kind of watching him do it, and then for a moment, Luden's eyes just kind of glaze over, and her entire head slowly turns around and looks at you, Finn.
That's Luden. To duck behind the tree again. Luden, it's looking at me.
Luden can't hear you.
He's just glazed over.
He's got 23 passive perception. He can't
You
hear you right
Really? He can't? Okay, so Finn will go up slowly and try to poke it.
You begin slowly walking towards it. You blink, and the moment you blink, its head's turned this other way, and Luden is back to just fixing her hair. Just fixing her hair.
Go away, Finn.
It was just looking at me.
This is not what friends do, okay? It's not what friends do.
I mean,
Go identify with prey, okay?
fine.
Never again.
I mean, wasn't it really cool that I
Never
hit her off
again.
your shoulder, though?
No.
My accuracy's getting better. Okay, I'm going.
And he'll be like, here. And he will take out his second or third bow, because he has 3 of them. And he will give him Finn a bow too. He'll be like, take this. And he'll give Finn 10 fey killing arrows.
You want me to use this next time on Cynthia?
I know. No, but if you're going to be trying to do long range things, use this instead. And he will give you 10 fey killing arrows. But in Luden's mind, by the end of this, everyone will be able to shoot a longbow. We'll be the ranged party.
I think my sling's pretty good, but I guess I'll take it anyway.
You hold Cynthia close, and she just whispers in your ear.
Don't worry, Papa. I'll take care of Finn later.
Yeah, you will.
Why would you say it like that?
I don't.
Yeah,
He's very confused, but okay. Hey, but it's Cynthia. What is he gonna say? So, yeah.
Then we'll trot on back over to Praeria and just string an arrow and just start pretending to shoot. Yeah.
At this
I'm gonna be
point,
so good at this.
at this point, unless anybody has anything else,
Samson has at least one more conversation, right?
you'll still have time for the conversation.
Yeah, I think we're gonna identify the Stolf now.
Yeah. So you guys take a moment. You start. You begin the identification process, and as you do, stumbling out of the front of your estate, Samson, you see Miro, and she is just covered in dust. She is carrying a variety of different bottles under her arms, and she just stumbles over to Briara and she says,
Are you alright?
My queen, does being a bartender count? Can knights make drinks? No. Give me nose.
I'm gonna prestidigitate her nose so she doesn't sneeze. Just pull all the dust out.
All the liquor's really dusty. Everything is really dusty inside.
How old is Morel?
Are you old enough?
Yeah, like let's all. How?
I
What does
thought
she
Morel
look
was like 13.
I mean, she's a fae. She looks young, but she's like,
She's older than me.
I'm 452.
No.
Do I not look my age?
You're
No.
very useful. I would love to hear your
What
story.
even is age in the Feywild?
Where did you get the alcohol and why are you...
Oh, I went down in the catacombs. It's really dark down there. I tripped over. I actually bumped my knee. And I got a really big bruise. But I
Ludin gives her, goes over and steals like 3 of the good berries that he gave to Esperise yesterday. They're only good for 24 hours, and he gives her those.
Thanks. Yeah, just everything in the library, all the crystal, it was really dry and there was like a residue at the bottom of it, and so I went to look for some alcohol. And I found some. And I haven't made my specialty. It's called Miro's Mix. It's different every time. And I was gonna offer it to everyone. And there's an eyelash in my eyeball, so just give me a second over here, okay? Okay.
You've done thank you so much for all of your effort.
Yes, perhaps when we return victorious, you shall make all of us drinks.
You're right. I should practice.
I'll try some of it.
You'll
if you're
try some?
practicing. Yeah.
Okay. She has 3, 4. She has like a sack on her back as well as bottles in her arms. As she kind of takes all these bottles out, she has.
Ludin will try and stop her before she starts just making drinks on the front lawn.
She has 36 different ingredients.
Ekron uses
yeah, he's gonna start. He's gonna be like, let's.
he uses plant growth to make a little table for her. He's encouraging her.
Ludin sits there, he's like, yo, we have dangerous.
I bet if I...
Objects, it takes 10 minutes per object. We have time for Mirel to
Do you have whipped cream?
I have regular cream.
We
But
have a jar that can
if
make
I
all the whipped
whip
cream
it-
in the world.
If I hit it really hard for a while, I could probably make it whipped.
You can make Barbucks recipes.
Do you want one?
Yeah.
Roll 4d6.
Okay.
4d6? Excuse me?
Roll a d6.
4d6.
4d6.
It's like, that's
That
not
sound
a
like
roll on a
damage,
chart
Lauren.
kind of roll.
Okay, roll 4d6.
Yes. It sounds like damage or extra hit points. So what will they be?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, 9.
3. Well, it's 3, 2, 2, 2. Okay.
All right. Let's do. You know what? You look like you'd like some sparkling wine. And she begins to pour it in a bottle, and then a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of blackberry juice, and some rosemary.
I like
Takes
all
it up,
those things.
And she just kind of mixes it up. She goes, "Here."
Yay! Drink it.
You drink it and gain 5 temporary hit points.
There you go.
This is great, Muriel. You should keep making them, and we should bottle them up and give them to the troops. That's amazing.
I like to. Well, I don't know if I have enough for that, but I like to make it according to everyone's personality. It's kind of like a fortune reading.
Oh, make Ludens. Make Ludens. He's over there.
Oh. Okay. The angry one. Okay. You want some? Does his dog want some too? He talks to it a lot.
No, don't.
Yeah.
No?
Yes. No. Well, she can't drink yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can you?
it's true. She does look like she's underage.
How old are you, Cynthia?
Cynthia is
The doll?
Cynthia's an eldritch abomination.
Yeah, let's see. She might be older than all of
She's
us.
older than all of us. Yeah.
You should give her some, but it might fall out of her hole.
Cynthia goes,
Oh, nobody knows.
Yeah, she's old enough.
I was around at the birth of the universe.
I will roll for me and Cynthia. I'll just give her some of mine.
yeah, just give her some of yours. I'll roll full me.
4d6.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So a 4, a 6, a 2, and a 2.
I feel like you have a little bit of a bitter side, so maybe some juniper spirit, and definitely some lemon juice, and just maybe a little bit of orange juice, just a lot of tart, bitterness, and then
I think we get, like, why don't we just make it, and then I can taste it, and it'll...
Add some sugar in there too, because he actually is secretly sweet.
She pops like another rosemary spig on, like, and you rosemary too. Here.
Thank you.
just very tart, bitter.
Yeah, it's definitely that. You should make whatever Finn had and give it to... Don't give this to the...
This whole time, while Finn and Luden are having their fortunes read via drink, it's like Samson handing out the potions to Briario so she can do her identification dance, or are we just waiting for them to be?
I gave out all the stuff that was in the bag of holding.
At this point, so
We're identifying. That's not happening.
you'll
What's
be
happening
able
over
to
there?
identify one over the long rest that you had, and the other two will need the identification spell, or are you?
Like
are you
10 minutes each, ritual-wise, right?
yeah. So
And after dinner chants and or
So-
however the identification goes.
are you So you're using to identify spells per area.
Yep.
All right. The first item that you receive, as you're kind of looking at it, it's that dark black looking pearl, very large. It's not all pearls are perfectly round, so this one is so large that it almost looks like it's kind of like mutated, kind of like bulking out to different kind of bulges. You receive a Nightfall Pearl. I will put that in chat for you guys. I will put it in. I will also, I'm actually gonna put it. I'm gonna put it in, so everyone can look at it. The difference between, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you might be able to see it. The difference between the only significant difference between this Nightfall Pearl is that, as you kind of holding it, you kind of sense this sort of type of magic when you were near the wretch, and you get the sense that this particular item would have been pretty helpful to have with the wretches.
Interesting.
For our audience, the Nightfall Pearl is used to summon night. You can spend 10 minutes to activate it. You can make it night within a 10-mile radius, even if it's daytime, and the night lasts for 24 hours.
Well, that's going in Cynthia's eye.
Nah.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm just gonna let you know. This is meta.
Yeah.
This is Christian telling you guys this. It's gonna happen. But right now it doesn't need to.
That's a
Luden
veto.
actively doing something to make it happen, or is he just going?
No, 100%. He drank his drink, looked over after Prayaria told everybody like what it is. He just goes, and he'll keep drinking.
The person with the highest insight is Finn. So Finn sees Luden's eyebrows do something. All we got so far.
What's Finn's insight?
Like 27 or something.
Finn's is 19. Yours is also 19, isn't it?
Mine is a 21.
Wait,
Oh, 21.
but Christian, when Cynthia gets called back to Cthulhu, we're gonna lose this legendary item. We won't have it anymore.
Well,
I
looks
could
like we
notice
gotta
the eye
protect-
quirk too.
Yeah, definitely.
Looks like you guys got it.
It looks at me with like,
That's all he did. He just said, still drink. It's good. That's all it is. It's good.
The next item you kind of pull out, it's this very large ruby brooch.
I feel like
The ruby brooch. This gem has 3 charges and regains all expended charges daily at dawn. When you cast a spell while holding this gem, you can expend up to 3 charges to ignore the spell's material components with a gold piece cost, up to 500 gold pieces per charge expended. Do you want me to...
So it's like 1,500.
When you
You
finish...
can resurrect people like every other day with this thing. So we're
Yeah.
giving this to Finn.
No.
Finn gets this because it's free.
Finn doesn't need it because you can choose a spell from any class list to cast.
When you finish a long
read
rest...
read the third paragraph.
When you finish a long rest, I was like, let me finish, hold on. When you finish a long rest, choose a spell from any class list. The spell you choose must be a level you can cast. You know the chosen spell and can cast it with your spell slots of the appropriate level until the end of your next long rest.
Oh my god.
So it doesn't need the ingredients?
It doesn't need the ingredients, and I can pick any spell. I think I should have it because then I can match your level of raised dead ability so that you and I have the same death rate.
Okay, you guys are you're thinking too small. It's literally the party item. We just transfer it over. No, 100%, 100%. Whatever we need it for, and whoever has seriously, think about it. If somebody has lower spells, or if you guys have used a bunch of your spell slots, you give it to the person that has used a bunch of the spell slots, so they have spell slots.
Most of these spell slots that require material components are things like raised dead, or mostly I think cleric spells have a lot of material components, and wizard spells. So if we want to do simulacrum or something later, that would be something.
Brandon's right. It needs to be whoever has the highest level slot available, which I think is both Finn and Reese. Because you could, either of them could choose, because it's 2 abilities. It's one, you can use charges, and the other one is any spell from any list of a level you can cast.
Yeah.
And you can
This
do it,
feels
and
like
you can
something
use
we
a
should
slot.
discuss outside the game.
We can decide during...
As we are all arguing, no, give it to me, give it to me.
You guys can
As the
decide
ruby
during
comes
break.
out, everyone in the circle just body slams on top.
The last item, you as you look at it, it looks like a big coin medallion that is attached to a chain. And I will share that to everyone as well.
This past item, super dope. Very, very cool. Here for it.
This is the last item. And just for your reference while you guys are looking at it, it is in the dormant state. It is the Jewel of 3 Prayers. It's in the dormant state. In this state, the Jewel of 3 Prayers is a glittering golden disc attached to a fine golden chain. The chain magically resizes to function as a necklace for the creature that wears it. In the dormant state, you gain a +1 bonus to your AC. While wearing or holding the jewel, you can use an action to cause it to shed bright light in a 15-foot radius and dim light for an additional 15. And the light lasts until you extinguish it. The jewel also has 3 charges and regains all its expended charges daily at dawn. While holding the jewel, you can expend 1 charge from it to cast invisibility.
I'm taking that.
My Praeria should have it.
Yeah, aren't you already stealth as fuck?
She can already cast invisibility, and
can she already cast invisibility right now?
She also has a flower that lets her cast. I cannot be invisible, y'all, and everybody else in this freaking party has she has a racial ability to be invisible, while everybody else goes invisible. I run away.
Yeah, I think it matches Praeria better, just aesthetically.
Samson can say that as Ludin walks over and puts on the freaking.
It doesn't match Thalen's clothes, Ludin.
Right, I will just put it underneath right here. I'll fix the clothes later.
We'll decide everything of that. Well, you guys can.
Did you guys read the Awakened state?
Yeah, it's currently in the dormant state.
Nuts.
What is the Awakened state?
You can get Levi to bless this thing. Because I'm assuming the gods are our gods rather than the Critical Role gods, which I think are the ones connected to this specific thing. Can we get Levi to go hell yeah, wake up this rock?
Can it become exalted too?
What? Okay, we're reading things, y'all. But we're also streaming.
There are.
Yeah. We will.
Everyone else can read.
And I will put on Twitter links on D&D Beyond to all of the items that we're talking about, so that people can check them out if they want to, because they're very, very cool.
Everyone's losing their minds. I don't know if you guys can access them. I can put them in chat because if you, depending on your D&D Beyond account, but I will put them.
For people who have all the D&D Beyond stuff, they can see it. But none of these are unfortunately.
Yeah, I know the last one I believe is from Critical Role just released a module with Wizards of the Coast, and I believe this one is from that because it's a vestige of Divergence. Very cool. You guys should absolutely check it out.
And it does in the
absolutely amazing bullshit. Yes.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, this is nuts. So it's a great item for whoever.
Yeah. We'll discuss this after after show when we come to fisticuffs about who gets what.
Hey, Lauren, can you read the description of the awakened state? Because the rest
watch the after show. You'll know what it does.
Yes, our after show goes up on our YouTube channel. If you put up command YouTube, you'll be able to watch our after shows from our previous episode and catch up on our one after this episode that will come out this coming week. Thank you very much.
I'm furious right now. Or what does it do?
So we'll talk about it during break. Just hold. You all identify these items, and kind of, Samir kind of comes out of the tent and he kind of approaches you all. Volpa is in tow with Samir as Volpa just kind of like sachets next to his feet, and he approaches you all and he says, "Morning. Looks like you got some loot to go over. Hopefully all good things versus the cursed items that you retrieved from the last place."
Not everything was cursed. Some things were blessed.
He glances at Cynthia on your shoulder.
And she glances at him.
I believe we have, at least based on discussions within our own party, we believe it might be necessary to speak to Helianthus. Would we have an opportunity to talk to Lawson before we make our way in that direction to make sure that we are all on the same page, strategy-wise, in dealing with this complication?
You may speak to Lawson if you need to, yes.
Can you also send some people out there to, scout?
Well, if you're going to Helianthus' estate, I highly recommend taking a small party to go with you. Perhaps 4 or 5 men.
Or women, sure.
Well, men.
I'm kidding. This is just looted being a smart ass.
I swear to God. It's the general men, okay? We're getting gender specific here?
I don't know. Esperise is the most powerful in the party.
Soldiers? How about you take 4 or 5 soldiers? Does that suit your fancy and tickle your chin?
We will take whoever you recommend, thank you.
That's both of those things, yeah.
We, at the same time, if it's not too difficult for our military force here, would we be able to spend people to scout out at the barracks? I believe once we are done with Helianthus, we are going to be heading in that direction, unless I am very much mistaken.
Alright, so while you're over doing that, I can definitely put together a special operative that will inspect the fort. That sounded like I said fart.
They're gonna go track down that guy from Big Brand who had the little car.
The fort! But like, when you say it with an Irish accent, it sounds like fart.
Yeah.
Fort.
The keep. The stronghold. Oh, what's that thing you're making, Miro? Why don't you get me up a glass? I feel like I need to start off the morning right. But yes, I can put together
46.
an operative. Oh. No, I'm not gonna roll 46, it's fine. But she's just like,
I see you as maybe bourbon with some violet creme.
And she's and he's just like nodding like, yes, that sounds like me. So there's anything that you would like to say to Losum then? Or based on that conversation with Samir, are you guys good to go to begin making your way to Helianthus' estate?
I would like to, just as priest, unless there's anything else anyone else would like to say, just check in with Losum. Hey, we're going to go in the direction of Helianthus. We would like to try to negotiate with him and try to see if we can get his army interested in working with us. If he doesn't want to work with us, we don't know exactly how things will end up. Is this something that you guys are comfortable with, or is there direction that is easiest for the entire military force? I don't want to do anything that is a surprise to Lotham.
Lotham kind of looks at you all and he goes, not having those forces has definitely put us into quite a predicament. We don't have many options, and while I would strongly advise against it, you see, Helianthus does not make deals that he does not gain something from.
Who does?
I suppose what I mean by that is he doesn't lose and has never lost. So if we do this, well, it does make me uncomfortable. I advise you all take very great caution.
You, in your experience, diplomatically with the various courts of the Summer Court, know what he values, what he wants. He has his son now. Is there anything else that he might value other than his dignity and ego?
Helianthus values power, status. He is of the old world. And he values those things above all.
Okay. Well,
This will be delightful.
I do. Please be very careful.
We will be fine.
by that, we will be very careful.
Are there any outcomes to what we are planning to do? Speaking to Helianthus, that would be actively harmful to what you are trying to do. If something should arise where things go south, is there any outcome that you would want us to avoid specifically?
If all else fails, you 6 are by far the most important assets and allies that we have. It is more important than all of you return than be one short. And if I may say, of course, our queen.
Yes, we will be on our best behavior and we will all come back. All of us, yes.
He kind of chuckles a little bit and he goes, I share my disdain and discomfort towards such a man, I assure you.
Yeah.
And I realize the discomfort of having to give respect where respect does not deserve to be placed. But know and think of us and your people in those moments. I think maybe it will make it easier.
Yes.
And he just kind of
This will be the
bows.
last unpleasant thing I have to do, but for all of you. And she will give a slight bow back.
Any other conversations that you wish to have before you leave?
Just want to check our armory and see if we got some better weapons. These short swords. I mean, I'm the martial.
I just gave everyone in chat. I just gave them 3 legendary items. 3 legendary items. And
Okay, in Luden's defense, he can't use any of them.
I just want like another. Get some lances.
Can I get like 4 more
I don't
legendary?
have an armor. I don't
Luden's
have
like,
an
it's
armory.
good for the party, but what is Luden getting?
They didn't bring the armory here. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I've got like a really small dagger that you can stick in Cynthia's hand.
It's like, you know what? I'll take it. Thank you. And he'll put the dagger in her belt, and we'll be good.
Before we leave, I want to talk to Fenn.
Okay.
If we can. So while this is happening, while the Losum conversation, and Luden's off looking for armories and stuff, and we're preparing to leave, I'm gonna go find Finn. What is he doing?
Finn's probably like still by Muriel's table, like trying all her drinks and like chattering with
Another!
her. This one's really good too.
I'll come up and I'm gonna say, hey, or are you trying to get some more coffee?
Coffee? Oh, this is kind of like alcohol, but also fruits. You should try it.
But you get like an Irish coffee. Can we get? I don't know. That'd be great. I'll try one. You just look so tired.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Tired?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hot sleeping outside, so I kept waking up, but...
Yeah. I was gonna ask you, do you want to sleep inside? Like, would that be better for you? Like, instead of sleeping outside?
I mean, I would, but I kind of throw up everywhere when I go in there.
Yeah. I mean, well, I think that's because I don't think Thalen's forgiven you. And so if you wanted to, we could go talk to him real quick and you guys could come inside. You want to do that?
Wait, really? We could
Yeah.
talk to Fallon?
Sort of.
Are you
I
gonna
can show
like
him.
introduce me?
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Okay. You're only gonna tell him good things, right?
You'll be fine. Here, just can we get those? I'll take an Irish coffee if Finn doesn't want one.
Oh, I want one too. Lauren, I think you were muted.
What's an Irish coffee?
I don't know. Samson, what's an Irish coffee?
Just do a latte and do a latte, only about 3/4 full, and pour the rest up with rum.
Do a lot. Okay. She pours like the whole thing full of like barrel-aged whiskey.
A lot of whiskey. And how about some apple cider and candied cherry? That sounds like a lot. Wait, and a rosemary sprig and cinnamon bark. That's a lot.
She just makes her own drink.
I just take it and realize that I have like a fifth of some alcohol and just
It's very good, Miro.
The majority of it is barrel-aged bourbon.
I'm gonna drink it like it's good and pretend like I'm gonna be very, very nice and just drink it as it is. So, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, just walk with me, Finn, and I'm gonna lead Finn over to the. We'll start walking. Bye.
So, what made you want to do this all of a sudden?
Okay, so first of all, it was kind of nice watching you suffer a little bit. So first things first. I don't want to be a liar a little bit, but look. Fallon doesn't know that I forgave you several days ago, and so we just got to tell him.
Several days ago? What do you mean several days ago?
I mean, after we got here and after you talked to me and everything happened, I was like, I'm not gonna harbor, a grudge too long. I lived too long to do that. So
So that time
Yeah.
you were saying I wasn't your friend, I really was your friend?
It's close. Maybe one day you will be. So, look, Finn, you remember what happened?
Yeah, I do.
You remember you promised me you'd keep Prioria safe and that you would go with us to the Feywild and that you would make sure that she was fine. And I said, please don't endanger her by any means. And then 8 hours later, you took her in front of the Seven.
Yeah,
Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
Mm,
You've heard it all before.
yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Look, we've. I'm gonna lead Finn up, and we're gonna walk up the hill to the oak tree where Talon's grave is, and I'm gonna say, as we approach it, I'm gonna say, I've lived a long time, and I've heard it all before, and you're a lot of things, Finn. A lot of them are well-intentioned, and you're good at the heart. And so I know that you didn't mean to, but you definitely did not. You were not thinking of your friends, and you were not thinking of a promise you made to me when you did what you did. And so it's not exactly friendly behavior, don't you agree?
I agree. And I failed you, and I know that. Samson, I look up to you more than like anyone. I think you're the coolest guy. And I just want to, I don't know, live up to your expectations. So that's what I'm going to try and do, because I know I didn't back there. And I need to make it up.
Well, you're doing a good job so far. And 95, 99% of the time, you're perfect and wonderful in every way. And well, look, if you can only just don't make promises to me that you can't keep, or that you don't plan to. You're just not a liar. Look, and here, watch this. I'm going to go over to Thalon's grave, and I'm going to sit. There's like a little stone bench beside Thalon's headstone. On top of Thalon's headstone, there's a little stone bowl. And I'm going to sit down. I'm going to pat the seat next to me and bid Vince sit down too. And then underneath the stone, there's a little box. I'm going to pull it out, and it's this little lead box, and it's got some filigree stuff, some engravings on it, and it's got a little S and a little T on it. And I open it up. Inside is a journal. And I'm going to pull that out, set the box to the side. And I'm going to open it up and pull out a quill and stuff. I'm going to say, do you know, I just didn't want it to go on any longer because I didn't want to have to talk to you like this. And I just want to be included in the things you do. And when you make decisions, and when you take prey and you try to do what's best, I want to help you do what's best because I know that you feel that way. And did I ever tell you how Thalon died?
No, I don't think so.
Well, Thalon died doing what he thought was best. It was a normal raid, and when we got into the battle and everything, they had more people there than we thought, and we almost got ambushed. And it seemed as though they might wipe us all out and get us captured. And so Thalon, being Thalon, did what he thought was best, and he just ran straight in. And then the tree came to life. And then it picked up this massive spear, and it went straight through his shield and through his armor and across his shoulder and stabbed him. And because he was trying to save some people who were caught up in all that mess. Wasn't even supposed to be there. He was just doing what he thought was best. And I wasn't there because he didn't tell me he was going. And I feel like if he would have, I would have been there. I'm gonna open up the book. I'm gonna pull out the quill. I'm gonna write, "Stop being mean to Finali. He's my friend. He didn't do anything wrong." I'm gonna tear out a piece of the book, like the top half of the page, and you can see that like half the pages in the book are missing, torn out in various pieces. And I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna put it in the stone on top, and then I'm gonna cast Produce Flame, and I'm gonna burn it. And burn the message and send it on top of Downs' grave.
Samson, did you ever get to talk to him after he died? Did he ever apologize for what he did?
He didn't really have to. He didn't really do anything wrong. He just... I wanted to be there for him. Like I want to be there for you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I guess I stole that opportunity away from you, so I understand.
I still get to talk to him like this though. It's a little hard because he can't write back, but sometimes I think I can see him in the house. Pretty sure I can. Which is also why I think he can't go in.
Pretty sure if he can throw rocks, he's somewhere around there.
He doesn't throw rocks at me. But maybe he won't do it to you anymore. So.
Can I write a letter?
To Thalon?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand the book to Finn and the quill and stuff.
Dear Fallon, Samson loves you very much, and we're going to make sure that he comes to no harm, and we protect him always, because we love him too. He's in good hands. Finn. He'll rip it, and he'll put it in the bowl.
I'll burn it so we can text dead Dallin.
CC Fallon.
CC. Look at it. We killed a 7. Something we kind of had to do. We just could have done it a lot better. And so I was kind of over it the next day. Finn, you deserve to suffer a little bit more for your actions.
I know, but suffering is so hard.
There's several rooms you can choose, and if we give him some time, hopefully he'll acquiesce. But hopefully when we get back, he'll feel fine, and he'll be okay.
Okay. Thank you, Samson, for letting me talk to him as well. I mean, I know he's really special to you.
He was.
No, he is very special to you.
In a way, he always will be. Sometimes I wonder if he'll ever move on, but I think he's waiting for me to die. Which is rude, honestly, to think that I'll die.
Well, he's gonna be waiting a long time, so...
I know. It's like he thinks that I'll make a mistake at some point, which seems impossible. I don't know. But hey, yeah. Just make sure we'll keep doing our best as we always have. But we should catch up because I think they're all ready to leave. So
we should.
Yeah.
Then we'll get up and he'll tackle Samson in a big hug and squeeze him.
I'm gonna give Finn too tight a hug for a half second, and then come back.
Also, if you want me to involve you in all of my plans, you should probably teach me more pranks and stuff, because I feel like you haven't taught me how to gamble yet.
You are not a prankster, Finn. You're just mean to people.
Yes, I am a prankster.
Yeah, look. Okay, we're walking back now. We're walking back. Look, when you just steal someone's shoes, that's larceny. It's not. It's not a prank.
Pranking and crime is basically the same thing, Samson. I'm like a really good trickster now.
Back in the courtyard, Esperis is trying to like direct Akron and like weaving parts of the doll's head back together and making it look a little bit more natural. Like,
Is this okay? This looks good?
As good as it can?
Well, then this is... Cynthia's looking, I don't know, maybe more wolf?
She looks much more terrifying as the crack on her face. It's like a Joker crack up the sides of her cheeks.
It looks beautiful.
See, and this is why crimes are good to do.
It's not a prank. You just broke something that was important to Ludin.
I didn't mean to.
I'm ready to go.
Okay,
what about everyone else? She has like a
You hit it with a rock.
Ready to go to Helianthus?
No. But
Well, yeah.
It's gonna be like however many hours for us to get there. We'll be able to be ready in the air.
Who wants to ride on Akron's cool grass horse?
I want to fly.
I'll ride on the grass horse. If nobody else wants
to ride on the cool grass horse.
Why don't we take like a carrot? Why don't we just take like a carriage or something?
So that we can fly.
Wait, can I ride on Samson's horse? You have a horse too, don't you, Samson?
Yeah, a horse that I'm gonna ride.
Yeah, but like it's big enough for two.
Well, there are lots of horses. You could just
as we argue about what horses we're gonna ride, Lauren.
I think that is a great place for us to take our break at this point, as we're about to venture off to Helianthus' estate. So we're gonna go to break, and when we get back, we'll see what happens. We'll see you all in a little bit. To the break we go. There we go. Happy New Year!
We said it early.
Oh.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's travel, shall we? On the road again.
As y'all are riding horses, Ludin is in the sky where he belongs, where he can see everything passively.
Oh my god. It was so menacing.
Yeah. Me and my dragonfly. I don't know his name. I should probably ask him that. But we are in the sky. Living the dreams.
Alright, so you guys begin making your trek to Helianthus. Helianthus' estate. As you do, you initially, like, you're making, are there any conversations that you want to have as you're going down this road before I lead us to the goal?
Esperis is nervously babbling to Prearia, like,
so I'm thinking we just approach, we do it as an olive branch kind of situation. Maybe we could get some of those generals in the room, have a nice dinner as an apology. If you want me to lead, I can lead. I understand you are maybe more honest than I am.
Please do that. I'm not even sure that I could say nice things to him.
I can handle that part. You just look regal, and then we will do.
And she goes into like various descriptions of forks that he might have on his table and how we might want to deal with various situations. As we're getting everyone in there.
Ludin's flying overhead. He'll come and hover above Akron's horse and be like, "Hey, you know we're not going in there, right?"
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Cool. All right. We'll talk about what we do when we get there, I guess. Dope. Back up into the sky.
Go ahead.
Sorry. I was just going to say, finish just braiding his horse's hair and being like, so are we allowed to talk at all? Or is this just going to be like Esperis talking the whole time? I'm okay if that's the case. I just want to know so I don't fuck
Samson's
anything up.
horse, braiding Samson's horse's mane.
If Samson lets me, then yes.
Do you, Samson? Isn't your horse made out of
This is episode 76. I've never been able to stop Finn from doing anything. So yeah.
Somehow he's
how could that happen now?
The bark horse to me.
It's got grass too, right?
It's like one of those it's just like woven together like a basket. All the bark.
Oh yeah, so I'm like braiding the twigs. So yeah, are we just gonna keep quiet then? Oh, Espris is gone.
Sorry, my secondary smaller horse who lives in Diana's house had to go to the bathroom. No, of course you can all speak, absolutely. We're just trying to make friends with some of the generals and the members of the military to hopefully convince them to want to follow in our military's footsteps. Helianthus, maybe not so easily convinced, but hopefully if his military wants to join us, then perhaps he will bow to that. And if he doesn't, he doesn't have much power behind him anymore.
If you want to come talk with us, you can. Their conversation's gonna be boring.
Yeah, I don't know if we all need to talk to Helianthus. I think probably Espris is probably the best one to do that. I can't imagine that he'd want to talk to the rest of us.
Too, right?
We'll praise Samson and
I think
Espris.
I think Reese should definitely be there, but I think it's important that Prey be there too. Because if I remember correctly, I believe that Prey was the last person that he talked to before he left. So from one ruler to another,
but should we trust?
I was going to say that I think that Prey's a little bit above his station to talk to him like this. Maybe after he's agreed and come to his senses, but
maybe
I don't know if he has the right to talk to her right now.
It'll be a good look for her to lower herself down to speak to Helianthus face to face, you know?
But Lawson made it.
She'll be a queen of the people.
For me to assume a station, but for the purposes of this, I don't want to say manipulation, this plan, that I would be something of a herald of Prearia and the House of Rithnawe, that we are very regretful of the way things were left off between our two houses, and we would love to have a chance to extend the olive branch and speak and eat together. Prearia would love to be there at the dinner. For now, I will be speaking in her stead if they should accept the invitation. And if they should accept the invitation, then Prearia will be there at the dinner. She will have no responsibility to speak to Helianthus unless she wants to.
To keep me from having to attempt to lie.
You can just eat the food and look regal and maybe talk to some of I'm sure his officers and some of his corporals and things they're very fine military people. They don't necessarily bear the burden of Helianthus's crimes upon their shoulders. I mean,
do you guys
very much enjoy that?
Do you guys want this book and Luden Gestures to the crazy book we got in the prison? He's all about power, right? This is powerful. Maybe a tool to bargain with. I don't know. He said deals. We got stuff that's powerful.
Isn't it supposed to be really evil? Do we really want to give him an evil book?
I don't know. Is he evil?
I don't know. Losum said that he was nervous about us all coming back together. Shouldn't we all go together? Like, what if he tries to attack while we're separated?
That is a fair point. We need a signal.
I don't think he'd try to attack.
You think he would?
Well, I don't think that it's less of a he's gonna do it. He's just gonna be like, yo, sick him. And we're in his base.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's a little bit more manipulative than that. He doesn't move with the intent of a hammer, you know? He wouldn't just say sick.
It's just, well, you know him better than us. What would he do?
Well, I've never actually had a full conversation with the man. Like, you know, he doesn't see me half the time, being human and all. But I mean, he's gonna want something, and it's not, it's. I don't know. I wish I could be more help. I don't know
the
what.
status of rescuing or saving a queen in distress. His power is the turning point in all of this. If that's not enough of an ego boost, I don't know what else we could possibly give him.
I think what my ideal would be, if it so pleases, the queen and the rest of the party, is if his military, if his generals believe that the right thing to do, what they want to do for their own best interests, is to fell Elrixis. And I believe it is within their own best interests to prevent Elrixis from being coronated. What is Ilianthus going to do? Without his military, without his generals underneath him, he has no power. Is he going to go completely against them? So long as we can convince his soldiers and their commanding officers that maybe you don't want to be as enslaved by the Shade Witch.
Oh, okay, then maybe this is a two-pronged plan. We need to understand what is keeping his army there. I mean, sure, he's very regal. He's a good follow, like he's a good, strong. If that's all that it takes to be, to grab these people's attention, to be a strong leader. Let's be honest. It took 6 of us to fail their prison. It took 26 of us to burn down her home, and we did that within the span of 48 hours.
Yeah, we have 2 immense military victories behind us in the last 2 days. I think this is very impressive and something we can fall back on.
But the big thing is, what if it's not that? I think step 1 is obviously get the invitation, but step 2 is find out, talk to these people outside of this conversation you're going to have with Ilianthus, but what keeps them here? We need to figure that out, and then we can gain their trust a lot easier. Because then it's just a manipulation game, right?
I think what keeps them here is, I don't know if he has some sort of deal with the Shade Witch or whatever, but I believe it's protection. If I'm I think that the Shade Witch doesn't bother Ilianthus, if I'm remembering that right.
Okay. So,
usually here in Fae, families and people swear loyalty to certain houses. So their own fealty to Helianthus and his house and his estate, his lordship or whatever, is what keeps them here.
Is there then some expectation that he will protect them?
Yes.
If by his actions he is leading them to be in danger, would that be enough reason for them to turn against him?
It's hard to turn against a lord, but we do have a lot of momentum, and they very well might.
So maybe
it's not an easy thing to do, but it is certainly possible.
If I could pitch, perhaps if yourself, Little Akron, wanted to speak to the general members of the army, and myself and Priaria and anyone else who might like to be at the dinner with the generals, and I could speak to the commanding officers. We could discover what it is that is binding them to him. And from our experience and our understanding, Helianthus is not living up to the standards of if a leader. He is not protecting them because he is putting them in immense danger of Elrixis' coronation, yes? So long as we present this information, we are honest with these people, there is a decent chance that they might want to join our cause, or at least not act under him anymore. And then...
Akron.
I
was just going to say, Akron, it sounds like I'm going to be spending a lot of gold, and we're going to be doing a lot of drinking and talking Praeria up.
Okay.
Go for it.
I want to also go do a lot of drinking.
Come on! Let's. I think we're about to party as hard as we've ever partied, and drunk Ludin is coming back out. It's been a while.
Furthermore, to Esper's point, where Helianthus is taking actions counterproductive to his soldiers and their generals and their lives. Helianthus and his family was and has an older pledge to the Rithanawe family. he is honor bound to her and is currently not doing so. So furthermore, he's actually breaking an even older oath by abstaining, as it were.
So why are we even bothering to be kind to him?
That was what you know what it's
Because
Hey,
we
but
would
when
prefer
the-
not to harm the members of his army and their generals. They
Well-
have not committed any sin in and of themselves.
Well, we will not be mean to them.
But pray, that even makes you even more desirable as a queen.
No, I like the ruthlessness. Let's do that.
I mean, you're the boss, but think about it. You, even as the queen, are asking someone to honor their oath, and that's it. But you're not doing it. It's your other person. Instead of just smiting him right there and embarrassing him. Don't worry. We're going to be talking you up while we drink and speak about the fact that he does have an oath to the Rithanawe. And if their oath is to him, then by proxy, I mean, if you go up the line, their oath is to you as well. I mean, I would just say, before we be rude, and that's hilarious coming from me and about this guy, I would just so much rather watch as his army is ripped from under him. And then we just leave. It's so much worse.
I will
Just
keep
outright
this
kill
in
him.
mind.
But hey, if we
Thank
kill
you.
him, just throw me a signal. I'll start firing arrows. I'm always with that plan. And you know how good I am drunk. We saw that a while back. I got it.
I have faith in you.
Organizationally, Finlay, would you be alright coming to the more formal event with myself and Prearia so that you might keep a link with our fellows out in the field?
Yes, I'll go to support you and also keep a link and also make sure no harm comes to Queen Prearia. And also I'm a little buzzed from all of Muriel's drinks, so I really don't need a drink anymore.
It's been like 3.5 hours, Finlay. We've been riding a long time.
Still feeling it.
Okay.
We weren't
Summer.
supposed to take it.
It's summer and
honestly-
Finn hasn't drank any water.
Honestly, same. It was a lot of alcohol.
Right.
So,
Go let my little horse inside. I'll be right back.
So, as you guys make this trek, you begin to, and you would know this, Samson, because you have a very strong understanding of the layout of the Feywild and the different lower courts and their lands, being as high esteemed as you are. And you finally break into Helianthus's lands. And as a lord, like Helianthus, there is a surrounding hamlet, the working people, right? And you do kind of pass this very vibrant looking inn, sign kind of hanging down called the Twirly Jest Inn. And it is very open concept. You can clearly see right into it, the canopy. People are sitting and drinking, kind of talking with one another as you enter the lands.
I want you to know that in my notes I have written Helianthus's shitty open concept lands. Just pop my notes.
I think that's where the drinking's happening, and also the talking to the commoners, the people.
Hop off and park my my dragonfly, and I'll let him go. I'll let him know. What? Actually, he's gonna go ahead and do his animal. He's like, "Hey, you did great out there." And I will take 2. Yeah, I'm gonna cast 2 spell slots worth of good berries. I'm gonna give them to my dragonfly. I'm like, "What's your name?"
20 good berries to a dragonfly.
That's the payment that we have established that they take. Okay, so he's going to get his payment.
You ask him what his name is, and he goes, "Bzzzt is my name."
How do you spell that?
Okay.
Bzzzt.
Do you mind if I call you Buzz?
No,
Just for short?
Bzzzt is my name
Alright, Buzz.
with a T.
Bzzzt. All right, I will. I'll let you go. My bro, I will call you bro for now. Here you go. Here's your payment.
Appreciates payment, and he eats it. His mandibles just kind of crack out and begin eating it.
He'll be like, "You're great. I'll see you later.
Your food is great."
Yeah, awesome. And he's just gonna walk inside. He'll be like, "I'll see you later." And he's prepared to go drinking, and he's gonna have some fun tonight.
All right, you all enter this tavern.
Also, Esperis is keeping an eye out if there's a more formal area or some kind of bellhop or something that would block the way to wherever Helianthus and the higher officers might be in this area.
You walk into the Twirly Jest Inn. You see a canopy of vines that hang in between trees offering shade. Open airspace. It's a very open airspace tavern with a felled tree that's kind of serving as the bar counter over on the far wall. There's a variety of dew-kissed blossoms serving as taps for the nectar of the Fae. You see swarms of honeybees. They're actually like holding, like their formation is holding different trays, and they're delivering drinks and food to various tables. You see that there are stumps up by the bar on various moss-covered tables and stools throughout the entire canopy. And with the passive investigation of the party here, Ludin and Samson, you notice mostly common folk. You don't really see, they don't look, they're lesser Fae. Like, you don't really see any higher up.
So no soldiers or anything like that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well, I will put up most of
you would see like lower like, what I mean, like, you don't see generals. Like, you probably see some soldiers.
Oh,
but, like,
perfect. I was like,
you would probably see some soldiers, but you wouldn't see like any kind of like high standing generals or captains or anything.
So my people. All right. Well, Ludin will, I guess, make this known to Akron, but he'll go over to Esperis and be like, "Hey, I don't know if this is y'all's place, per se. But you're welcome to stay and drink. Just letting you know, I don't see any kind of people."
Yeah, but you have a good time. You do what you have to do. I will find my way.
All right. And he'll be like, "Do you want any powerful stuff that I can?" I mean, I still have the, you know what? And he's gonna unhook the bag of holding, and he's gonna give it over. He's gonna give it to Finn, and he's just gonna say,
Now I have 2 backpacks.
"Yeah, everything mostly with our party stuff in there. Trade whatever, especially if you can get rid of some of the cursed items. That'd be amazing." I don't know if you could see through that, anything like that, but he likes powerful stuff. Got quite a lot of bit of powerful things in there. So
Can I take Cynthia for good luck?
no, let's go drinking.
Praeria, are you just dressed in your normal garb?
Yep, traveling clothes.
Okay.
We need to make over Praeria? Praeria, you need to look regal.
Hey, Akron, can I
have anything for that?
Yeah, Akron, can I buy you a drink? I owe you one from the prison.
Yeah, you do.
Where's some?
Let's cash in on that.
Maybe your flower can make you look cool.
Why are you looking at me like that? I didn't.
First of all, rude. Let's
a
go.
Knife at the Shade Witch.
Hey, yo, wait up! Ludin's gonna come along, and it's like the crappy hole in the wall all over again. But this time it's it's a good bar.
Okay, thank you. I don't want to have to wear shoes in here. Really.
I don't think anyone here wears shoes. What are shoes?
Yeah, a lot of people in here aren't wearing shoes.
Oh, wait, so I guess
You
those
see-
boots I described don't exist. I'm not wearing shoes.
You
These look super important.
You see a variety of fae. There's one fae sitting at the bar with a friend of hers. She has like these kind of like tattered raven like wings another fae, the fae sitting next to her, very pointy ears, wearing a lot of like greenery, grasses that are kind of woven together, little like mossy kind of acorn hat. You see a variety of like fawns kind of dancing, and like some in the corner are like playing their lyre and flutes. There are a couple red caps that are just kind of like having like a bit of a drinking, like who can drink the most drinking game over there. Of course, there's some soldiers that are just like, soldiers are kind of like off by themselves, sitting in the corner, kind of like talking and drinking as well.
Ludin pops over to Samson and goes, "So, should we put on a show? I feel like we can speak up." And he'll look over to Akron. I think we could bring the house down. I have enough gold to buy drinks for everyone. But we have the drinks, but we need a story. And who better to tell a story than... And he'll just look over to Akron and Samson. I can help, but I think y'all are a lot more good at talking with the Fae than I am.
I think let's get their attention first. Let's just buy drinks and garner up a good atmosphere before we start our pitch.
Yeah, I don't know if we necessarily want to attract a lot of attention, for sure. Maybe it would be good for us to kind of like, maybe have some drinks and then disperse and start figuring out what they know. Maybe like figure out what kind of rumors they're speaking about, you know? And then kind of show our own as well, you know, when they say, "Oh, I heard that, you know, Praeria burned down Rex's house," and we say, "She fucking did, and it was great." And then like we'll just hype them up. Or if they say something contradictory, we'd be like, "That's wrong and you're an idiot," and then correct them on their knowledge. What do you guys think?
I agree.
You know how to deal with the Fae way better than I do, so that works for me. I will go to the barkeep and I'll get us started. And Ludin will walk up and he'll put and he'll go to the barkeep and be like, "Excuse me.
Hey, what can I get for you?
How much would it be to buy a drink for everyone in here right now?"
Daniel, math.
By the way, while we're waiting for math, hello, Hard Knock Dice. Thank you for raiding.
Thank you for the raid.
We're about to get drunk.
So far,
Thank you, Dylan, for the shout out.
One half of our party is getting split and getting drunk with the common folk of the army, getting in with the soldiers. The other half are going to go try to be fancy and also probably a little bit drunk with the fancy folk of the army and the lead general. But we're doing our best.
A lot of blue collar, white collar stuff going on right now.
The humans are going to the poor for me.
Oh my god.
We lit over here though. We already drinking.
300 silver, whatever the equivalent of that is.
I was about to say, let's say there's 100 people in this bar.
3 silver per drink.
Yeah, we want to buy some of the good stuff. 3 silver, 300, that's 30 gold pieces.
I will give him 90 gold pieces. Now we'll sit there and go.
All right, Finlay.
Oh yeah.
Is this enough for the paper balloons?
And he'll be like, "Listen, I want you to slowly just start bringing drinks out to everyone at different times. And when they ask who did it, just say, 'Your queen is benevolent and generous,' and we'll take care of the rest. Once that starts to run out or anything like that, just come over and let me know. I'll keep pumping gold into this place for you if you can do this for me." By the way, out of character, Ludin is willing to spend up to 270 gold, so that all of these people are getting drinks all night for free, and all they hear is the queen is benevolent and generous.
Wait, was Helianthus... They're outside of the Gloaming Court at this point, right?
Yeah, no.
Court.
You're still in the summer court.
Yeah.
The barkeep takes your 90 gold and he's like, "Oh, all right, I wasn't expecting that this day, but we'll get you the finest." You said the finest, so our special honey mead blend. Yeah, we can get that out for you.
You know these people better than I do. I'm just the queen's servant, here to spread the good news and the joy that she's back. And
that she's back. Hadn't heard that she was gone, but I'll pass it along.
Oh, hold.
Do you say I'm here to spread the good news?
Yeah.
Are you a witness?
I witnessed what she did.
Wait.
Yeah.
When you say the queen, they do understand that you're talking about prey and not about.
Yeah, that's why he said
They're-
wait.
They're about
He
to
said-
know.
He
Yeah.
said, wait, and he says, Akron, come here real quickly. Why don't you spread the good news about the real queen?
About the real queen. Yes, the queen has indeed returned. The rightful queen of the Gloaming Court. You're aware of the Rithanawe family, I'm guessing, right?
The bartender just kind of like he starts pouring the drinks for his bumblebee, like his bumblebees to take off, and he goes, "Well, yeah, I've heard of that Praeria and the Rithanawe family. Interesting you say that. I heard she doesn't even want to be queen. All the riffraff brought from the orchard. I heard she told them she would rather someone else lead.
Really?
Is that what you've heard?
Yeah.
And who did you hear it from? And also, who does this person? Who else is this person that wants to lead? Who'd you hear that from?
Oh, what? I didn't hear that anyone else was looking up to lead. I just heard that she didn't want to lead.
I see. Oh, well, I think you only heard the first half of that story. She said she didn't want to lead her people while they're suffering. So she must free them first, and then she will lead her people happily.
Are you
Well, they can be happy.
sure?
I witnessed it. I wouldn't
Absolutely,
be so
my
happy.
friend. The revolution has already begun.
Well, that's quite contradictory to what I've been hearing.
I heard it was almost over. That's how well it was going.
Did you hear about Elrixis' home?
I did indeed hear about her home. They say they took Elrixis' estate because their army was too weak. And that was the only thing that they could take. And they also
Really?
found bodies at Elrixis' estate. That the servants were slaughtered.
Really?
And that they're nothing more than thieving bandits. That they're trying to gain everyone's trust so they can rob them blind.
Barkeep, I'm hating to say this, but I feel like you're not getting your information from a credible source. Look, and he pulls out the rest of his gold. He's like, and he puts it on the table. And he says, "I was there." And he picks it back up and he says, "This is from Elrixis' home." And this was just my take. Oh, the army's take. I'm only a lowly servant.
His as you say that, his voice just like he gets really uncomfortable and he looks to the soldiers in the corner and he goes, "I don't think it would be good to talk down about the Lord who gave us the information."
Who's that?
Probably Cucker Tarleson.
I refuse to let that man be canon in any way in my fantasy.
He's like, "Oh, no. Ludin goes, no, I'm not speaking ill of the Lord. No. All I'm saying is...
Well, you were saying that you were there, but so was the Lord.
Was he?
The Lord? He was there in the orchard. He heard the whole thing.
He heard the whole thing. Interesting.
Yes, the Lord's returned. I'm sure you've heard. Are you not from around here?
No. And that's why it was so interesting that I was able to get so much, as a lowly servant compared to everyone else. Look, I'm not speaking against
So
the
you
Lord.
aren't
What I would
from
say,
around here. So how would you know?
What I would say is, I was there, and all I can do is report on my experience of being there.
I trained this beautiful, beautiful boy in persuasion. Does he get a check?
Do I get my
Do what?
insight?
Does he get a persuasion check that I trained him in over many months on board that ship?
Sure, it's gonna be a hard one.
I would have rather had Akron give
Can
that
I help him?
check.
Well, you kept talking. I wasn't going to interrupt. You were.
I was just letting it go. Let us figure it out.
I felt
First-
like you were on a roll. You were just.
But first, what I would say is, Ludin would like to do an insight check on this guy.
Yeah, how's he looking?
Yeah, like
I was gonna ask.
What are you looking for?
I am looking for what he's getting from us. Like, are these people serious? Are they lying? Are they? How seriously is he taking us right now?
How receptive is he being towards Ludin's
Yeah,
words?
because if it's
Sure,
nothing,
make an
if it's
insight check.
nat 20, because
I
my
have a-
ring
Go
blinks.
for it.
So 28.
A nat 20 on your insight check.
Yep.
You get you get the sense as you like at first when you first came in, he was just kind of like, oh, interesting, more stories about the queen or whatever. And as you've continued onward, he just like he seems to get more and more uncomfortable. You recognize with your passive insight and with your passive investigation from that insight check, you're a stranger.
Perfect.
And you're asking you're asking him to believe an absolute stranger after the lord of his, like, the lands that he lived in has proclaimed that this happened, and the soldiers that he's protected by are in the same room. Like, he's like, you're essentially coming in to talk about tyranny.
Perfect. Ludin is going to stop and he'll be like, I got it. I'll be right back. And he's going to run out the bar. He's going to jump on his dragonfly.
Or treason. Treason.
Treason.
Oh,
he says, I got it. You two take care of this. And he's going to run out the bar. Let that go, because he obviously isn't doing a good job. And he's going to try and fly back up to Finn and them and see if he can catch back up and grab the bag of holding. It looks like he's going to need some proof of their exploits. So Ludin will leave for a little bit and try and let Akron and Samson clean up his mess.
All right. So yeah, okay, question. Do people look happy at this bar?
Yeah, there are people drinking and like they're having a good time. This is the place that you come to have a good time.
And you said there are soldiers?
Mm-hmm.
And
Which reminds me, thank you. Are you trying to be stealthy at all, any of you?
No, I'm not.
Am I trying to be stealthy? As the fact that I'm a human, or just...
No, just... I can't give too much without divulging.
What I will say is, my hood is up so that they can't see my ears and don't no, I'm just, but I am not trying to be as stealthy as, I'm not screaming any of the stuff. I'm just talking like
our
one-on-one.
Party who are looking for fancy people are being stealthy, but while we are thinking about these kinds of roles, I do want to give a big hello. Because we have raiders. Where are you from?
Raiders?
From the Vactare. I don't know how to pronounce it. You guys are new to us. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi.
Yeah, we're trying to
The
We're staging a coup.
Thank you so much for the raid.
Just a little light treason going on. That's all.
And I have a
rebellion.
We got it under control.
It's hardly a first time.
10 charisma, so we're trying our best.
But you're proficient in persuasion because of your BFF, your sister, Ludin.
My girl, she got me. But yeah, so like I said, I'm being ish. Like, I'm not screaming all of this information out loud, but I am being flamboyant in the sense of pre-drunk Ludin. Let me put it that way.
We're certainly not stealthy.
Okay.
We're certainly not stealthy. No. I do want to get. I heard some things about some misinformation coming from our bartender here. So I do want to take some time to maybe mingle in the crowd and get a sense of what everyone else is saying too. What are the people here saying about what happened at Elric's estate and the Rithanawe family and stuff?
Okay, make a perception check, I believe. Let's see.
I can probably hit a button for that. 11. No, sorry, 13.
Okay. Based on that, you get a general sense based on the stories are pretty much aligned. You get the sense that these people were told all of this from one source.
Fake news.
If it seems there's a lord in the place or a lord in the orchard that's telling all this stuff, and there's a source, I'd like to identify it or ask those leading questions.
You would also hear about the bodies. There were bodies that were found at the estate.
What kind of bodies?
Yeah. What kind of bodies?
That's
the
all you
servants'
hear.
bodies is what they said.
The servant's body is what you said, but that's all you hear from the 11.
Well, I would like to here. Okay, so we're out. We're getting the vibe check off of all of these people and stuff, and especially concerning the quote unquote bodies and the servants. Akron, you know, being his same old Barty self, you know, he's gonna pull out his little grass whistle and start playing a little tale of Miro the Brave. And the story of how Miro the Brave once was a slave. You know, he'll start off like that, right? You know, she spent days planning her escape until the day came that Queen Praeria and her band of silent warriors came and empowered the people. And Miro knew that now was the only chance that she had, and that her time had finally come. And how she used the knowledge of the estate and all of that time that she spent planning to not only help Queen Prey sack the estate, but also made sure that every single servant got out completely safe. And Miro's a real person. You can go find her. Like, and I will spend my time spreading that story. I'll make a performance check if I have to, you know, and you know, just kind of seeing how big of a crowd I can have. I'm standing on tables. I'm getting all up in people's faces. I'm telling them this story, all dramatic, like so that people will leave here and start spreading the story of Miro the Brave around to other people.
I'm gonna assist by using like thaumaturgy to like change the lights when Akron needs it. I'll do smoke effects, all kinds of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Give me a performance check, both of you.
I'm
definitely guiding people in to watch this performance.
I am a Imperium, so I'm gonna have like the Firelight Assembly come in if I can.
Yeah, keep in mind, all these people are getting free drinks, just all night long. Just happily.
Going like, you want a free drink? Why don't you sit over there next to that performance right there?
I would actually say Ludin definitely left to actually go get that bag of holding, but he also left to let you guys, like, warn you guys the stories that are going around about Prey, and like just basically all the information that he got quickly from that barkeep about what's going on and what's being said. So he'll, as that whole like performance is going on, that's what he's doing, and he'll come back after the performance is done. But just so y'all know, that's what they're saying about you. Let me take this bag. I'll be back.
I rolled 21.
Oh, I hadn't even rolled yet. Hang on.
We got assistance, I think, at least twice over.
Yeah, that's a 26 for Akron.
Jesus.
I'm barred, bro.
The lights dim, and just like Samson, you are essentially just creating the perfect atmosphere for this tale. Smoke kind of begins flying in at your feet, like you're walking on clouds, and like Akron's just begins playing his like little like grass whistle, and like sparks begin to fly out of the end of it. The lights begin to dim and get bright very quickly. It is a beautiful and vibrant play that would impress even the most highly admired critics from Dawn's Rise.
Let's.
And for the finale,
it looks like the truth.
And for the finale, after we tell the entire story, because I think Samson has plant growth too. We both cast plant growth, and a bunch of the Flora Fiore flowers begin to bloom, like the burning, to symbolize burning down the estate. And then they burn away, and then these cool blue flowers start to appear everywhere to symbolize when Prey made the whole place blue to be back to the Rithanawe family, and it's just mwah.
At the end of this story, everyone is just clapping. Everyone in the barkeep is kind of like hesitant, and just kind of like keeps to himself. Everyone in the bar is clapping except the soldiers in the corner. As it finishes, or I would probably say during the performance, while your performance is going, they would actually stand up and leave.
Oh, so would I see them when they left?
Yeah, Ludin, catch him outside.
Yeah.
There's about 5 of them.
Me outside. How about that?
Yeah,
Ludin,
fuck them up. Let's go.
Ludin, as you're out, while you're being outside, you do watch as the soldiers kind of approach. Again, this is a open space tavern, so people can see out to where the soldiers are, and they begin to leave.
Ludin will fall. Ludin. Okay. Ludin will get far back to where they can't perceive this. He's gonna cast Hunter's Mark on one of those soldiers. He's gonna run back to the bar as fast as he can, and he's just gonna scream at Akron and Samson and be like, "Oh, wonderful story! A lot of the people, I think, have missed your message." And he'll point over there, and he will attempt to yo, the soldiers are gone. The people we need to talk to. And he'll run back out the bar. Then, just for the heck of it, because he doesn't know if they're gonna follow him or not, let me see how many spell slots I have left, because they will see this.
Well, this is happening. I'll talk to Akron after our story is done. I'll be like, I think you should probably follow Ludin here. I'll take care of things here. Make sure everybody gets the right vibe. Yeah. Well done.
Hey, couldn't have done it without my VFX team.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, how fast is Akron coming outside? Because I won't do this if you're coming out fast quick.
You will or won't?
Will not. I will save the spell slot.
Oh, we'll save your spell slot. I'm here.
Cool.
What up, bro?
Cool. Hop on the dragonfly. Let's go. And we're gonna fly above the soldiers, like really far up. I can see very well, and we're just gonna tail them. Figure out where they're going.
Okay.
All right, give me a stealth check.
All right.
Do we both need to do one, or since we're on the dragonfly, could we see?
Natty.
It's a natural 20.
Yeah.
It's a natural 20.
While this happened, just be clear. I don't know what's happened with Prey, Finn, and Espris, but Samson's going to stay behind after the performance to handle any questions that the people may have, and he will adamantly correct all of the horrible rumors and fake news these people heard, and correct them to the actual truth of how amazing the Rithnawe family is, and Prearia specifically.
www.vaccinetruth.com.
I help these people see the light.
While Ludin and Akron are tailing, what is Espris and Finlay doing?
I believe that Finlay and Espris and Prearia are all together. When we first enter in, before they start buying people drinks, from the beginning, I'm going to be, I think, assisting Prearia in an investigation check. I'm just going to be checking in, like,
hey, we were hoping to speak to some of the generals of the military. We have a position here where we might have some discussion with them.
just trying to persuade my way into getting some instruction of where the higher-ups are. I'm going to be assisting Prearia because Prearia is way better investigation than I am. I'm assuming Prearia is just like, I don't know. Prearia, how do you investigate? You just sniff the air for rich people? What are you doing?
Sniff the air.
She usually just picks a corner and listens for chat, watches people, looks for clues. Just a little creep action from the corner somewhere. Well, you can't be creepy with me.
I guess make an investigation check for me.
While you're making that check, Finlay, who have you made the mental connection to who we're going to keep in tap with throughout this evening?
Probably Ludin,
God,
because
2
Ludin's the
sevens.
one running back and forth. So we'll do Ludin.
Ludin's the only one not in his chair right now. He is getting his
Sandwich. It looks like he's getting a sandwich.
What happened? I'm here. It was just the wind. It was so loud. Are we getting this out? What's up?
We have a mental connection with you, so we can let you know when things are happening. You just hear Finn's voice in your head. Hey,
Okay.
Ludin! Everything's going good so far, I think.
Then why are you talking to me?
I don't know. I'm just, updating you.
Okay.
How's yours doing?
Then Focus, please.
Finn, you just hear like he's going through a tunnel because he's on a dragonfly. It's like in the background.
Needs to focus too. So,
Did we find anyone, guys?
With the investigation an 8, with an 8 priority. With
I rolled
advantage.
7s both times.
You have a +1 to your investigation? What the fuck?
Ooh,
Priority!
can I use insight to look around the room and see who I feel like would be connected to a higher authority figure?
That's not, no, that's not. No. That was, you know what? That was a really, really good argument, but no. That's not.
Well, let's just go up and ask somebody. How about that?
I'll
Who,
go up and ask,
who are
is
you
there
approaching? You can,
well-dressed gentleman in the room or gentlewoman in the room?
oh, they aren't. This is not Dawn's Rise. They are all very, like common linens.
I mean,
and
like, I'm not talking about like a fancy gentleman, but somebody who has slightly more well-made armor, or I'm familiar with luxury goods, someone who maybe has like, I don't know, ostrich skin or something that's more expensive but very durable. Just somebody who's spent a little bit more money. If anyone can sniff out money, it's Esprit Santia of the House of Orette.
I think the rich people go to another bar.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, Esperise.
Okay. Does anyone want to assist me in any way?
Yeah, I'll look around too. We'll triple assist you.
That's a nat 20
Hey!
That is a nat 20.
Standing in the corner and
God damn
staring
it.
people down in an intimidating fashion doesn't work. So Esprit starts branching out with Finn at her side to like just go, how are you doing tonight? Oh, that's so wonderful. How about you? And just like grapevine our way through the crowd until we find somebody who looks rich.
I
They
hate that
smell
you roll a
rich.
natural 20. Okay. You
Well, sorry, DM, I did.
you begin walking around searching for someone. All of these people are wearing just common clothes. No one's wearing, the only armor you saw was on the soldiers. However, you smell something. You smell your perfume on someone else. There is a very, very rosy-cheeked young maiden of a fae. She has kind of like ruffled little peregrine wings, and she's just kind of like sipping a drink with her friend, and they're just kind of giggling and laughing with one another.
Esprit is gonna take a moment, kind of ruffle Finalized hair, fix her own, like, get those teeth out, depending on, we don't know what the sexuality of this young rosy-cheeked woman is. We're both gonna be prepared for whatever we have to do.
That's what Esprit says. Be prepared.
Be prepared. We're just going to see what she has to say. You look good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you look great.
You've got a little growing in there.
Really?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, awesome.
It looks very good. Okay.
Maturing in the Feywild.
Gonna guide him off towards. Hi. Oh, hi. I don't mean to interrupt anything. Hello.
Well, hello. I've never seen you in here before.
I am Risa of the House of Arete. I don't know if you're familiar with the name.
Oh, I actually am. When my sweetheart, she gave me a perfume bottle. I came all the way from the mortal realm.
No, really?
Yes.
It's very embarrassing. This is our first time in the Feywild. We're relatively new here. I am from the mortal realm myself. I am pretty well acquainted with the House of Orete. How did you come across that name? Like what brought you to the house?
Honestly, I'd never heard of it before, but Eliana, she's one of the generals. She bought it for me, had it imported all the way across realms, gave it to me.
Is Eliana with you tonight?
Oh, no, she's up at Helianthus' estate, but I'm hoping that maybe I'll see them soon.
Oh, that's so sweet. No, that's so sweet. That's so lovely. Are you here tonight with them, or are you just, waiting for them to come down, or?
What was that? Sorry.
Just, are you waiting for them to come down, or? Honestly,
Oh, well,
I'm not supposed to drop names. I know it's a little bit dramatic, but I do have a little bit of business with Eliantos tonight. I was asked to be here. Do you want me to ask if Eliana would, come down, share a drink, or are you playing it cool?
honestly, I would love to see her, but it's wartime, nasty business, really. And she's been holed up in that house most of this time. Oh, well, she wasn't the whole time. She actually just returned from some Martis estate. He's been gone for quite a while.
Did she say anything about her trip?
Oh, just returning. They returned, but thank goodness that she gets to stay and she's not part of the half of the army that's not staying here.
Okay.
Wait,
I'm so sorry. I've had a little bit of sparkling wine, and I am feeling... I'm so sorry. This is my boo here, and I'm feeling very romantic. If you would like us to... I have some business with Heliantos here. If you want me to send Eliana your way, I am feeling, I am feeling the love connection in the air with all the military victories that have been happening in the summer court. Would you like us to send Eliana your way?
If you are in high regard, as you say, and you are an Anthea, I love your perfume. I would absolutely, I would love it if maybe you could get her out of having to deal with all that war business for maybe one evening, so that she could spend it with me.
So lovely. That's so lovely, isn't it, Finlay?
Absolutely. We can definitely do that. We would do anything for love.
Yes, absolutely. Could you point us in her direction? We got a little bit turned around. Again, sparkling wine. Ooh.
Oh, Helianthus' estate. It's actually just right down the road. It's in the center of the hamlet.
Thank you so much. What was your name?
Vinny.
Vinny, thank you
Vinny.
so much. It was so kind of you. Let me just write that down in my fucking notebook.
Yep. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Of course. Again, it was... What a coincidence meeting you here across plains of all places. Don't you think so, Shelby?
It works in mysterious ways. And I think part of it is that on some level, I believe that the weave wants us to be happy. It wants you and Eliana to have a beautiful evening together.
Oh, I do believe in fate. I do.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful.
Don't you, Shelby? We were just talking about that. Would you like a drink? Shelby and I have been talking about Eliana the entire time.
It's wonderful. I believe that our hand in the machinations of fate is to make sure that Eliana finds her way to you this evening.
Oh, very well. Right you are. If you're able to pull that off, that would be amazing. Girl to girl.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. I'm going to kiss her on both cheeks. And unless Finlay has anything else to say, I'm going to grab Praeria.
Have a drink on us. And Finn's going to get up and be like, wow, that was you're really good at this. We already know you were great at this, but wow. You played her like a fiddle. Wow.
What did you find?
Not the other houses. We're going to head in that direction.
Also, that half of the army is leaving? Did you hear that?
I'm not entirely certain where they're going, but I don't know what their position is going to be. Hopefully we can get there from Heliantos.
Oh, great.
Do
The
you
army
have
just loves to leave, doesn't it?
Not if we get to him first.
Do you have anything from the other half, Finlay?
Sorry, what?
Do you have anything from the other half? Do they know where the other half is going?
No, I don't know. She just said that she was glad that Eliana was staying and the other half was leaving.
Well, keep checking in with Luden and Samson, Nakran, and see if they have anything.
Oh, the other half of our group. Here, let me check. Luden, hi!
Why do you keep doing this?
Any updates? We have an update. Half of Elianthus's army might be leaving, but we're not sure why, so we're gonna check.
Okay. That is
Disconcerting? Yes, I know. Anything else?
Yeah. So, do I see anything in the distance on where all these soldiers are walking to? Please tell me it's not the estate that they're walking to.
As you're flying, you do see in the distance this massive estate and a very large encampment.
At Elianthus's estate, not Samson's estate, right?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. I think our mission is going to lead us to the same spot, personally.
Oh, that'd be so cool if we could see you there. Maybe.
Nah, you don't want to see me there, but you'll know I'm there by the rumors, hopefully.
Okay.
Regardless, it sounds like we're all heading to the estate.
Cool. See you
Are
there.
you flying high or low?
Hi. I have
Okay.
beautiful bird eyes. And so I'm looking around at everything, making sure nothing sees us. We are in the freaking clouds, and I'm like Akron is just chilling, but I'm doing my best to see and hear everything.
Now it's not cloudy.
Oh, it's not cloudy.
It's not
just
cloudy.
sunny.
It's the summer court.
It's just a summer court. How are there trees and stuff around?
That's why I asked if you were flying high or low.
Well, I thought there were clouds. If there are no clouds, then I'm
Then
not
you'll fly
flying
low?
high.
Okay.
I will fly. Yeah, I will fly low.
Then give me stealth checks, please. Oh wait, you already rolled a stealth. Yeah, sorry. You already rolled stealth. I remembered after I said it. Okay. No,
I was like, oh no,
you're
somebody's looking for us. But yeah, we're just following. I guess like if we see where they're going, there's no point in us staying on. So Ludin will hop off, and he'll be like, "You got this, dog. I'll call you later if I need you, but go have fun, man. It's the summer court, and you got good berries." He obviously probably can't even understand what Ludin's saying at this point, because my spell is definitely more
Okay,
off.
I was about to say.
But it's completely fine. Me and Bzzzt have that kind of connection. And then he'll look to Akron, and he'll be like, "Wanna summon your steed?"
Oh, yeah, of course. He'll summon his steed.
All right, and then he'll be like, "I got 2 pass without a traces. Whenever we get up there, I mean, I assume we're gonna be starting rumors like crazy. Are you ready?"
Oh, yeah.
He'll give him a fist bump, and in this moment, he kind of like thinks about like him and Ermir doing these kinds of crazy things. He gets sad for a second, but he's like, "Hey, my boy's still alive." He'll look at his bow, click it, and turn it into a sword, sheath it. He'll be like,
Oh, that's a cool looking thing.
it's like, "Yeah, I can't wait for you to meet him. Let's go." And then we'll start riding. I guess we're gonna ride to their thing. And I guess we'll wait on if anybody else
The rest
shows
of
up
you?
or anything like that. Yeah,
The rest of you regrouping to join.
Ludin says that we might see them there. So it sounds like they're being pretty successful.
The goal was for them not to be there.
Yeah, I know, but they tend to make their own choices.
That's fair.
Well, so long as they are comfortable, as long as we get to have a conversation with Ilianthus and his higher officers, everything is fine, yeah?
True. So do we need to dress Prey in something different? Do you want to, Prey? You could wear something cool with even more pockets.
I don't want to dignify him with a...
That's the message in and of itself. If you don't want to, you don't need to, I feel.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I think this will be sufficient. It doesn't seem like being showy would be good for everyone around here to see. I don't think they think highly of me.
That's true. I guess we should probably just, act like he should be thanking us for being there.
Esther's
such
gonna
miracles.
nod and tuck her hair behind her ear and kind of tap something on the back of her head, and her ears are gonna grow ever so slightly longer. Her eyes are going to grow slightly more golden and more flecks of turquoise and fey energy within them. Her dress is going to float a little bit more in the breeze, but otherwise she looks the same. Just that extra little... She looks a little bit more fey, a little bit less half fey, but otherwise she looks the same.
Completely agree. Are we ready to go?
What do you mean you agree? You just made yourself look way better than us, and now we look even uglier.
You both look absolutely lovely. It is more, don't want to invite questions, you know?
And we're not trying to impress anyone in there.
Okay,
Well,
let's...
Not that way.
Probably true. All right, let's go.
We're gonna go on fucking foot while everybody else has their fucking grass horses and dragonflies and stuff. We're gonna walk to his house.
It's the only way to travel, baby.
Hey, Boost is up in the air. You can talk to him. You can be like, Finn has the thing that can talk to animals. Bzzz knows you guys. I mean,
We're like 30, 60 feet in the air. She's gonna go, hey, Boost, can you hear 3 or 4 people?
Hey, y'all got like at least 5 good berries left.
Do you want me to try and get a dragonfly or a butterfly?
I feel like we are trying to approach on a more subtle level, but whatever Praeria feels is right to do.
I'm comfortable walking if...
Okay, let's go.
So, you all regroup and begin making your way to Helianthus' estate. You're walking, and eventually the estate comes into view. The glorious villa. You see vibrant rose bushes leading up to a magnificent mansion, covered in crawling vines, blooming vibrant yellow buds. Well-kept hydrangea bushes line the pathway leading up to the estate. A beautiful fountain sits in the front of the estate, and you see a series of sirens just kind of stretching their arms upward, hair flowing freely around their bodies, luring sailors to their doom. Go ahead, sorry.
I would love you to compare and contrast the beauty of Helianthus' estate to the Arete estate.
Oh, okay, I thought you were going to say Samson, because I already had that on here.
Samson.
Lad,
real quick, we just got raiders again.
Give me a raiders again!
Oh my god, Propelled
Yo,
Gamers!
so much love tonight.
Hello,
That was a very
Propelled
awkward dinner.
Gamers. Hi, guys.
Thank you.
All right. We are currently going to the place where we want to do a coup.
Currently,
So-
imagine us all wearing t-shirts that say "Eat the Rich." I feel like that's the vibe. Am I wrong?
We want to kill him too, but we'll get there.
You approach the estate, and you see lattice windows reflect the sun back out towards you, all from this very heavily guarded building. The guards themselves are equipped with elaborately forged plate armors reflecting the sun back kind of in your eyes even at this distance. Their curved blades at their hips, patrolling the area. There are hundreds here, at the very least. Too many to count. The army you saw on Samson's estate has indeed settled near here, and you do notice half that army is already missing. The army that left with Helianthus, the rest of it, the other half, remains. So only half of his army is here. You are stopped at the gate and far from the entrance of this home, and about 500 feet away, possibly, as this kind of estate, of course, has a very long kind of pathway entrance to the front door, kind of lined with cherry blossom trees. So the estate is like still like 500 feet away just from the gate. It's
We want to, before we reach the point where we're talking to some kind of concierge or like bouncer, do the folks who want to be meeting with the military want to branch off, or are we all going as a group?
Oh no, we would have met y'all beforehand, before y'all even got near there, because if we were gonna wait, I mean, we were just gonna wait until we saw y'all. We would have came up on the horse and been like, state's that way, soldiers went that way toward, like, he's not gonna point towards the estate, and he'll be like, everybody got the plan down. And did somebody tell Samson?
Samson's back at the
Yeah, no, but Samson should be here because this is where,
Samson's back at the bar. We kind of left him.
Samson,
Yeah,
where
like
are
I'm-
you?
You left
I'm
gonna
having-
distance
You know I
spell
left
message
Samson. There
to
was only
Samson.
room for 2 on the dragonfly.
We
I'm
get
having
to
very
Samson to
important
tell us where we
conversations.
are.
Okay,
I'm
whatever.
having very important conversations about how great Praeria is and how awesome everything
well,
went at the estate.
tell them
Yeah,
we're
that's-
near the estate in Shiznit. Okay, cool.
Do you guys need me for anything?
Yeah, we need you always. Can you hurry up?
Okay, so is it important?
Is it
Essentially,
important?
We would like to know where the other half of the military is, and we want to make sure the active members of this military are willing to side with us should it come to that.
I relay
Okay,
that.
I'll ask around. I'm gonna ask around to the people in the bar with me.
Oh, man.
Like, hey, I thought there were supposed to be more of you people around. Like,
Yeah, you get a variety of like, oi, they left. And you're like, where? I don't know, I'm
Where?
not in the military.
You should ask what direction they went. That way.
yeah, I asked that. Surely one of these people that I've met, that I've developed such a rapport with, would know what direction they went, or maybe was friends with someone in the military and knew what orders they were going to.
Okay. You give me a persuasion check. Stranger.
I'm great. I'm great. I'm not a stranger.
Hey,
I rolled a 21. I'm not a stranger.
they're all drunk anyway.
I bought them lots of drinks. Yeah.
You receive the information that they are heading in the direction towards the gloaming court.
Motherfucker.
Like as reinforcements, I follow up this unknown source that I have.
There's no way to know. These are common folk. They just know what direction they're moving in. You have no idea
You know-
whether it's to attack or to join.
No, we're killing.
They're not. I'm gonna make my own inferences. I'm gonna call back to Finn and be like, I think they're heading to help Elrixis.
We all see Finn's face.
Why?
These people are idiots. I don't know. Sorry, it's fine. That wasn't meant for you to hear.
Samson
you
says,
hear it very loud. Finn?
Ah!
Ooh. Samson says that half the army's going off to help Elrixis? Maybe we can clarify this with how we want this.
No, this changes everything.
But we have to clarify it, right?
What's to clarify, Finn? He's obviously going either to try. Look, we've put together all the information that we found at this point. Somebody says that Praeria doesn't want to move. Somebody says that Praeria absolutely murdered all these people at Elrixis' home. Like, these aren't good things towards Praeria, and then on top of that, he brings his whole army back here and then sends half of them to the court. It sounds pretty cut and dry that this man is siding with Elrond.
Everything's going to be okay.
He's right, though. It does change things.
I'm going to make it work. The people who work under this man, they're not bad people. They want the best for themselves and their people and their soldiers. And if they're being fed misinformation, if we provide them with the truth in a way that they can understand and in a way that they can find to be true, I trust them to make the right choice. And if they don't, I'm going to cut my eyes to Duden. We will make sure that the right choice is made.
Again, it does change everything. It seems like I was going in there. We were going to go in there to try and talk a lot more. I will say I will be looking more to sabotage and make sure things can't go further if talking goes bad. We can't let him have his full army at the very least. And anything we can do to slow them down before they get to the actual, barricade, whatever we call it, I forget what it's called, place will be the best things that we can do. At least our army is already on their way. But the worst, absolute worst thing that could happen, guys, is if they meet our army there and they get attacked from both sides. Then we have no army. Whatever we do, we have to do very, very quickly. That's why I'm just a little frazzled. I do trust you, though. Believe me, I trust you. I think that you can do this, but I think that we can't spend more than we need to put a timer on this. We need to at least warn our army.
Well, if I don't convince the commanding officers by tonight, then plan B. Yeah?
Then what?
Plan B.
B.
We have, if they don't join us, do we know what we will do?
Sabotage as much as we can, put as much stuff on fire, and get it to our people as fast as we can. I feel like Samson would probably know a little bit better than this. We need to relay with him. We need him. If there's, look, I can make plans all the time. I don't know the Feywild. But at this point, the only thing we can assume is the worst, right? Because if things go, if we don't assume the worst, and they get there and they slaughter everyone, there is no more war, there is no more coup. And this all goes back to you, Prayar. You are in charge, but I'm really worried here.
I understand. I don't like anything we've learned tonight. But first things first, we need to know who knows what. Soldiers likely just taking orders. The higher-ups, the ones that we're trying to convince. How much of what Helianthus is planning do they know? And of course, what is Helianthus planning in the first place?
Okay, well, if that's what we want to know, you guys your goal is to have dinner with them at any point. Akron, can you make yourself look like one of the soldiers? I can't. And matter of fact, I don't really want to.
I don't think I have illusion stuff.
Does anyone...
I think Esperise made me look like someone last time.
Thank you, Gut Punch RP, for the raid.
Thank you,
Yo.
Esperise is going to, in this moment, pull out her hairpin. She's going to be wearing a very similar outfit to what she was previously wearing, but green and flowing, and not the clothing of an acolyte of Remblace. And she's going to hand it to Luden and to Akron. It was created by a dear friend of mine. You take a bit of time with it, it can disguise you as anything you would like.
Yeah. Here. And Luden will give it to Akron. And he'll be like, I guess your mission is find out your orders. Find out where you're supposed to be going. Where the other members of the army are going. Why you guys are doing this. I will be around. Cast light on anything. And I'll know to start burning things down. They're not going to see me. I think Esperise, Finn, Prey, until we know anything, we can't really say anything to you. Finn, keep checking in with me every hour or two. I don't know. I got you, and I will be around to hear whatever Akron is saying and things of that nature. I got that. Whenever Samson comes back, we can get a little bit more solid plan. We're going to let him get more information, I guess, there. But for now, gain information, but we do it fast before it's too late. How does that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
Sounds precarious.
All right. Good luck. Stay safe. And we're gonna get through this. Come on, Akron. Hop on his horse.
Yeah, he'll before these he'll just glance over at Esperise, just reflecting on the conversation they had before, and just give her like a knowing nod, like, hey, I got you. You're gonna be all right.
When you look at Esperise, she's clearly wearing extremely different clothing than every time she has talked to you before. And what clearly she was using some kind of disguise item to make herself appear as.
Man, you guys have just the coolest magic items. Where do you find this stuff? Like,
you're gonna love him when
she nods at you. She takes your hand, clenches it for a moment, and sends you on your way.
By the way, if you see a light arrow come through the window, it means we've gone through Plan B, and we are absolutely. You should probably get out of there because we're starting fires. Phew, by the way.
At the information I got from the people at the tavern, I'm going to go ahead and message Samir. Use my special zodiac sending ability.
Okay.
Just cast sending Samir. I'm going to tell him that. I'm telling him half of Helianthus' forces are on their way to Lyrixus now. Be careful. They left the estate, head straight there.
You just hear the response. Shite. All right. I'll tell Losum. We'll get on it right away. You stay safe too, mate. And that's it.
I'm gonna see if I can find where they were. I know they were heading to the Helianthus estate. I've probably been here before. I'm all over the place. That's where I live. I'm gonna go find them.
You all are approaching Helianthus. Other than Akron and Ludin, the rest of you are approaching Helianthus' estate. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, Esperise is. I mean, I guess she isn't as fey looking as she wanted to be, but she's, trying to up it up as much as she can without her disguised self pin on.
You look perfect.
As you approach,
fey presence as a trait.
What?
Do you have fey presence?
No.
Damn it.
She's fully not a fey.
She's part.
She's part fey, but she's just hot. She has no other mechanical benefits. And she's not even as hot as most of the Fae are. She's only hot. She's the kind of hot that you see when you go in the mall and you go, wow. But not like when you're at a Victoria's Secret fashion show. She's like a normie in the crowd there at this point.
So she's like an Atlanta 9 or 10.
She's in Atlanta.
But in LA 6 or 7.
She's in LA 7, Atlanta 10.
I got you.
Yeah.
God.
No, shout out to Atlanta.
Shout out to all the Atlanta kids out there.
Because we all wear
Don't go to LA.
You,
all of you are attractive, very attractive people.
Oh my God, I
so
swear.
sorry.
You approach the gates, and immediately, of course, of the 6 guards that are at this gate, and the many that are patrolling the lengths of it, you of course get the halt. State your business and name.
Grace is going to kind of throw her glance around to make sure everyone's on the same page of that she is going to do this.
Hi, I am Risa of the House of Arete. I'm a representative of the House of Ritunawe. We were hoping to have some kind of conversation with your leader, Elianthus. Reconciliation for the most part.
He gives a side glance to the 2 officers standing next to him and looks back at you. Right. Just be a moment.
Thank you very much. If you could, I'm not sure.
His face is just very hard and stern and yeah.
if I could express on behalf of the returning crown, I regret that things were left off the way that they were. And we would very much like to improve the relationship between the two houses.
Is this a deception check?
Yes.
Deception check, please.
Is this a deception?
Deception checks are weird, so.
That's going to be a 21. I got an 11.
Right. I had heard that it didn't go too well. Very, noble of you returning.
Of course, with respect above all else, Helianthus and his military stratagem, we hope to improve relationships, you understand?
He kind of like pulls his britches up a little bit, like straightening out his back. He's, all right, I'll let the Lord know. You'll stay here until I been granted word that you're allowed to pass through. And he makes his way in through the gate, and the rest of the guards just kind of step in front of where he was, kind of crossing their arms. The guards along the sides just kind of like begin looking around. And some of them whisper to one another, and they send them down the line of the fence.
I'm gonna fucking subtle spell message for a little bit to Finalai and Samson and Priaria just to make sure we can have this conversation privately.
So I am fully planning to suck up so hard until I get the chance to speak in front of everyone, unless there is something communicated that you all would like.
I think that's probably the best course of action, it sounds like right now, because it's going to be hard getting even through that door.
It is best I stay silent.
Just let us know if you need us to do anything.
Something.
Are you all right?
Did I make it?
You make it, yes, you make it.
Yeah, you're part of the group that I'm making sure you don't have anything else you're getting to express other than sucking up and then trying to convince them at the last moment.
You all wait, and eventually the guard does return, and he just kind of like nods to his fellow guards, and they in kind of silent communication that they understand from one another, and he just kind of like jerks his head inward for you guys to follow him.
Thank you. We appreciate it very much.
The rest of the guards just kind of some of the along the ends as you begin to make your way in begin to move and kind of move around you to kind of make sure that nobody wanders off, and they follow you into the estate. You're not led inside the house. As you're kind of making your way, you are led to a kind of garden courtyard area alongside the estate, with columns and arches that kind of lead out to a kind of stone-carved gazebo surrounded by cascades of black dahlias and the vibrant kind of pistil of the flower contrasting beautifully with the petals. You see orange lilies kind of grow on top of the roof of the gazebo, kind of pouring down the sides to the moss below. And you're kind of told, all right, if you'll wait here, the Lord will be with you momentarily. And they don't leave. They just stand there and, like, watch you.
State is beautiful. Very lovely.
They don't respond. They just kind of, like, clear their throats and just kind of, like, waiting impatiently. Avoiding eye contact. You wait for a few minutes, and eventually the Lord himself, Helianthus, begins to stride out from the estate, down that corridor that you had recently passed through, of the arches to the gazebo, and he walks up to you all within this small space. And as he does, you notice the small necklace around, like kind of hanging right above his clothes on his neck. And it begins to glow. And he looks around at you all as he approach. Like, initially, he begins to approach, and he's like, well, isn't this a surprise? I wasn't expecting to see you all here today. And he walks up the few steps and stops and looks down. And then he looks back up at you all. And his eyes go from Praeria to Samson to Finali to Luden to Akron. And then they land on you, Esperise. And he tilts his head, and he looks down at the necklace and then back at you. I'm sorry, what was your name?
I am Risa of the House of Arete. I am a speaker on behalf of the Lady Praeria.
He kind of smirks a little bit. Risa?
Yes.
Is that short for another name?
That's many nicknames, yes. Are you Helianthus?
He just smiles at you as if your question is ridiculous. The Yellow Carnation has returned home. I see. Didn't expect you to look the way you do. But you did tend to play with the buttercups as a child, and they do suit you well. Everyone! Akron, Finali, Prey, and Esperise, with your passive insight, you may make a nature check.
We're there.
Yeah, me and
Oh, sorry,
Akron-
sorry.
We
Sorry.
out here.
So, Finali, Prey, and Esperise, you may make a nature check.
26. Did he
so
take my brother's necklace or something?
am I there? Am I there too?
What is happening now?
It's daddy-daughter detection, baby.
This?
Wait. I wanna clarify. I'm there with Prey, Finn, and Esperise.
It's me, Finn, Praeria, and you who are in this group. Unless you wanted to go with the other two.
Nope.
Okay.
We're making checks.
No. Inside checks, right?
I got a
No
26.
clue what's going on.
With your passive...
This has my genetic traits necklace now, even though...
With your passive insight and your passive investigation and all the information that you learned, Esperise, your mother told you that Helianthus has her trapped.
Yeah.
And you get the sense that's where she is. And you kind of feel that warmth radiating out from it. And there's a familiar feeling, and you smell the familiar smells of that dream that you had down by that pool. And it just flashes and glows a little bit brighter as it's closer to you. And you sense your mother's soul.
I would like to make a deception check. As though Esperise has no idea what he's talking about and doesn't know what the necklace means.
Sure.
As though she doesn't know that she is his daughter, and she is on behalf of Praeria.
Okay. I guess that would make... Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
She wants to continue along with the ruse that she
that-
does not know that he is her father.
So that you're making the case
I want him
that...
to think that he has the upper hand on me.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead and make that deception check. While you do that, what were the nature checks, please?
7.
Finn, you don't know short.
I don't know anything.
20.
Okay. And Esperise, what was your nature check?
My nature check was a 19 plus 5, so a 24.
Okay.
Also a 24.
Okay. All right. Everyone but Finn. With your nature check, just kind of rewinding for a moment, when he mentions the Yellow Carnation has returned home, and he talks about how Esperise used to play with buttercups as a child and that they suit her well. That sounds very sweet. But given your understanding of nature, You know that buttercups are often a flower that you might like as a child, and therefore are associated with childish, infancy, immaturity. And they're silly flowers. They represent ingratitude and childish behavior and unfaithfulness, and they aren't classy flowers as they are invasive and a prolific weed. When he calls
deception check on not understanding what this guy's talking about, and I'm just an innocent guest in his house who doesn't know that he has the upper hand on me, I got a 19.
Okay. And we'll get to that in a second. With the yellow carnation, when he calls her the yellow carnations are a flower that symbolize rejection and disdain. And they represent disappointment, sadness, and are usually given to people who you dislike or that you want to break up with. So those of you who rolled high enough, except, of course, Finali, you know what he means when he calls her these things. And anyone, it sounds very nice and beautiful to call her such flowers, but it's not. And he stands there before you, and you got a 19?
Yes.
His face is, like, flat. You have no idea if he thinks you know or not. But his face is just flat, and he just kind of smiles up at you all, or up at you, and he waits. He'll wait for a response.
I appreciate it. We just came through here. It appears that your soldiers are enjoying a very well-deserved night of respite. We were hoping, on behalf of the Ritanawe family and all those who serve her, that we might have a chance to share dinner with you, my lord. And your generals, if they are with you, your second in command, as it were.
He smiles at you all and kind of lingers on your remark, Esperise. And his eye, he never looks away at you, Esperise. He continues to stare at you. And it's piercing and uncomfortable, as if looking through a magnifying glass and searching for every flaw and imperfection. It is raw and stripping and just ever so uncomfortable. And he continues, a feast. That can be arranged for the evening.
It's exceedingly generous. We would be more than happy to reimburse you or to provide what we can once, of course, Prairie Ritanawe is on the throne.
He continues to smile at you. A feast can be arranged, and you are welcome to stay in the guest house while preparations are made. Beautiful, spacious, its own greenhouse sunroom. Should be comfortable for you all. Lots of buttercups.
So exceedingly kind. Thank you so much, sir. At what point do you think that dinner might be ready for us to share with him?
We'll retrieve you when it's ready. You, what is your passive perception? Let's see.
Very good. Other people who are with me have much better.
Praeria and Finali, while this is happening, this conversation, this very tense moment between Esperise, I mean, there is just like an energy between her father and her as this conversation is taking place. You kind of glance up in the window on the third floor of the estate, and you do see Avriel. And he's just, for a very flash second, he's just kind of looking out, and his eyes are wide. And, like, with your passive insight, Finali, he looks terrified and worried as all fuck. Like, he is terrified. And he sees you look up at him, and he just immediately, disappears within the window behind the curtains. And Helianthus looks at you. Right, well, I'll make preparations then. JV will show you to the greenhouse. And he lingers on you for one more moment, Esperise. And he turns and walks away. 2 guards following behind him, and the other 6 now moving to escort you to this greenhouse guest house.
Esprie's is gonna go to the lead one and be like, Shavy, was it? And form polite conversation and be at the front, taking the attention of the guards so that the rest of her more strategic party can figure out if there's something else they need to do other than allay suspicion, which is her main role here.
Can I do a perception check just around to see kind of or maybe it would be insight to see what the vibe of the guards as we pass is? Are they like...
That would be more of an insight check. You can certainly roll for that. Just the vibe of the guards.
Yeah, to see like, are they, I don't know, like get the kind of overall atmosphere.
Sure.
Okay, 30.
Yeah. They are every single guard. The one, not even the ones that are escorting you. Every single guard is watching you like a hawk, and every now and then you'll see just one that you didn't know was kind of like hiding, kind of along the side behind one of the pillars, and they have their eyes on you. They are watching you like a hawk.
So everybody
They're very alert of your presence.
Okay. Everybody in the party will hear, "All eyes on us. We are surrounded." They look really, really tense as they're watching us. So Finn will just keep everyone updated.
Yeah, they look tense. They look on edge. They don't look relaxed by any. They don't look relaxed by any sense of the word. As far from relaxed as humanly possible, or fairly possible.
I'm guessing they looked like they weren't expecting us either. Like they're surprised that we're here.
No, they don't look surprised. They don't look surprised at all.
Did we hear that? Just making sure. You said everyone in the party. It's just everyone over there.
The 4 of us, probably. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
I'm gonna.
You had the Kalashtar attachment with Ludin, right? Are you still tapped into that, or are you only with the members who are currently here?
I guess I could send it to Ludin too. I think that's possible.
I mean, you don't have to. I was just wondering
if it's physically, if it's possible, then yes, I will send it. But
I think unless you decided to shift your Kalashtar mind meld to one of the people who's with you, it would still be with Ludin. So do you think you would have changed it to one of the people who's with you, or would you still have stuck to Ludin, who's separate from us for now?
No, I think I'll stick with Ludin because
they just become best friends.
They're best friends, and they gotta be mind melded. It's like a pinky swear to get into the mind meld now.
It's like a friendship bracelet.
Did you do a pinky swear with Cynthia, or did you do it with Ludin?
Oh my god.
With Ludin.
You all go ahead.
I'm gonna lean over to. I'm gonna look at Esprit and like kind of like lean over towards Prioria because I'm right beside Prioria on the left. I'm like, didn't we have a meeting tonight? Would tomorrow for the feast be better? Perhaps we should. Maybe we can leave, stay at the tavern, come tomorrow. Would that be better? I know it's already late in the day. I would hate to put Helianthus and his household at any kind of inconvenience.
Are you talking to the guards, or are you talking amongst yourselves?
I'm asking Prioria and Esprit at the same time, while also like letting Helianthus know. Like, I want to know.
Helianthus isn't there.
He's not there?
No, he left.
It's just JV.
It's
right?
just you are currently being escorted by like 6 guards to this guest house greenhouse.
Okay, so I'm saying all this in the sense that like maybe we should do it. Like, are we allowed to leave? Like, I would have done so before we left. Like, can we leave? Are we allowed to leave? Are they going to let us leave?
I get the sense that you're not. I mean,
if we were to ask to push it tomorrow, would they let us do that?
These are guards. You already told Helianthus. You would have to.
I'm sorry. I guess I made a mistake. I would have done so before we left. I thought we were still talking to Helianthus.
Yeah. Well, Helianthus like turns to leave and go back into the manor before we are sent off with the rest of the guards. Samson is asking this question.
Yeah, like as he's getting ready to leave, like, is tomorrow better? Like, we have a meeting tonight that we needed to attend to.
Well, tonight's just fine. And if you had a meeting, I'm sure you wouldn't agree to have dinner tonight.
I will say, I cannot speak on behalf of her lady. I am just a representative of her word. If it is better for the others to meet tomorrow, I am perfectly happy to wait and speak with the Lord himself. And the others can join me tomorrow.
I think tonight works just fine. Besides,
That's great.
fairly certain you don't have a meeting. Let's be honest. You just said you wanted to have dinner with us.
My apologies if I intruded on anyone else's Google Calendar. My sincere apologies.
All right. So, you are led to the greenhouse. Go ahead.
Did Ludin and Uramir, in this time while we are being led to the greenhouse, while they're on a mind link with Finn, did they receive any information?
Yeah, I'll say that I sent that. I'll just say we're surrounded by guards. They look very tense. They don't look friendly towards us at all. And they almost look like they expected us, so just be on guard. Also, Avriel is on the 3rd floor, in case we need to get him somehow.
Okay. Y'all can finish y'all stuff real quick, and then I'll respond to everything that was just said. Luda's not going to respond to Finn. He's going to be really more talking to Akron, and he'll let Finn know later what we decide. This is a great situation. Okay.
I'm gonna do as we're walking. I'm going to cast Face Step and just hit like a hiccup of a teleportation spell in this hall of Helianthus. I don't think I moved 6 inches. Just like a quick, just to see if teleportation is possible in here. Just a quick face step. So small, it's just a hiccup.
I would say yes. Yeah. You were led to this beautiful little guest house with this attached greenhouse to it. They open the door for you, and you all make your way in. It has a little kitchenette, like 2 guest rooms. It's very small and quaint, but it's a nice little guest house. And as the door shuts, along the greenhouse side, you see guards posted up all around the greenhouse, so you can kind of see outward. You look out the windows, and there's a guard at every single window. You are completely surrounded and guarded in this little guest house. And dinner awaits. I think that's where we'll stop tonight's session.
Wait, in this guest house, Asbrace is gonna find a corner that is still like barely out of the view of the guards, somewhere where there's like, I don't know, a statue in the way, and she's just gonna firebolt into the floor in just, you know, the way that some people will punch a wall, just like a private little firebolt session there on the floor, make a little black mark. She's gonna collect herself.
Everyone sees this, or at least hears it.
The people within the party in the greenhouse hear it. She'll do whatever subtle spell she has to do so it's not loud, so the guards don't hear it. She's just gonna singe the floor for a little bit. And then she's gonna come back, and she's gonna be fine, and she's gonna be ready to continue what the party has to do.
Ludin will, whenever he had heard Finn's thing before we head out, because he's gonna straight up like stop Akron before we walk into and start trying to do our deception stuff. And he's gonna be like straight up, okay, so Finn told me that they're surrounded. Use that term, surrounded. He also said that it seems like they can't leave, or that they're gonna have the dinner. I don't think that this is a information gathering plan anymore. We know where they're going. and our party is stuck inside. Sounds like we're about to bring as much attention to an on fire, exploding camp outside as we can. And the moment that they start eating is the time to do it. So let's locate the explosives. Let's locate anything that might. Let's just prepare to bring as much chaos to this place as possible. You can. I don't know how we'll do that, but our mission is different. Much different. We're gonna get them out. We got this. Only humans, right? He'll fist bump them, and we'll just go start scoping out the area of how we're going to do this. I have 2 spell slots left, 2 second level spell slots left.
2 spell slots on making good berries for your dragonfly.
Hey, I do what I gotta do. At the very least, bzzzt, I mean, I'll call him when I need him, but for the most part, all those first level spell slots weren't going to be able to do much anyway. Y'all know what spell slot I'm about to use. And what I'm about to use. The same thing I always do. And it's going to be a little windy outside.
Just the wind, baby.
We'll get there next week. I don't want to hold up our time, but I did want to say that before the episode ended.
Let's thank all of our new followers this evening. Thank you Hatcher Actor for the resub. Hello Love Doves for the resub. Certifiable Nerd for the resub. Hard Knock Dice for the raid of 7. The Vactair for the raid of 9. The Artemis 88 for the follow. The Vactair for the follow. Cedar the Barefoot for the follow. Roll Propelled Gamers for the raid. Get Punch RP for the raid, and Lieber Mac for the follow. Justin for the follow as well. Thank you all so much for joining us here on Fate's End. If you enjoyed our show, we do Fate's End every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, where you can join us here for the what's going to happen next is our more than half of our party is behind enemy lines, and
the enemy, exactly.
Yeah,
I know what happens next. Is Helianthus ready for what happens next?
Deanna, you're getting blown out. Your mic's getting blown out.
Learn today.
On Wednesday, we have our Iron Valor show where we play through Wizards of the Coast modules. We're currently playing through Wild Beyond the Witchlight. You can see Deanna. She DMs.
Yeah, our party is just about to enter Witch Disneyland, which has a lot more dirt and worms than they might be anticipating, but I'm looking forward to their experiences there. Don't make that face. You're literally a goblin. Nora might not have the best time.
So you can
we have dirt and worms and churros.
You can see Deanna, you can see Danny, you can see Raina in that show on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Iron Valor is also a much more interactive show. So if you've been watching this evening, you've been earning Valor tokens, and you earn those as you watch. You can give luck to players. You can curse the DM. You can bless the party. It's a ton of fun. Yet Christian is showing off that how you can check how many points that you have in chat. So is Dylan. Dylan went in and lost every single point. But yes, you can join us Wednesdays for Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Other than that, we hope you enjoyed hanging out with us. We hope that you'll come back and chill with us some more. Other than that, we're gonna raid. Daniel, who are we raiding?
9 of exposure.
Are they still live? Just to make sure. We're going to show some love. We're going to do some raiding. Continue to share the love within this wonderful, amazing community. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll see you next Monday for more Fate's End. Bye, guys. Stick with us for the raid.
Happy New Year.